What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Juice Opinions. And yeah, today we're going to talk about a lot of things. And Visor, your comment got cut off. 1 and 2 were slow. Get the hell out of here. I don't understand why people say the Expanse starts. I mean, yeah, maybe the first 4 episodes before you know the characters. Season 2 is like nonstop. From like I don't know. I can't remember the exact point. Maybe 7 episodes or six, fifth episode, something like that. I know there's only 13. From season 2 to the end of season 3 is non-stop. So compared to that, yes, it's technically slow. Oh, you saw it all? I mean, everyone has their own opinion. Here's my ranking. Season 3, number 1, best season. Season 2, second best season. Season 1, third best season. Season 4, fourth best season. Season 5, fifth best season. Season 6, barely worth mentioning. It's trash. Amazon told them, nope, you can't do 10 episodes. Get it done in 6. And they pulled a Game of Thrones. And then they wasted 5, 6, 7 minutes of each limited episode with some trash storyline, with some terrible acting, terrible set design. So, but yeah, Amos is great. Still the best show. I've seen it 3 times all the way through now, and it's even better on the second and third viewings. I still actually haven't finished season 6 yet because I just don't care. They didn't do the show justice by shortening it and compressing it. And honestly, if Amazon was smart, they would have gave them 2 or 3 more seasons to finish that last season because there was so much stuff. So what's up, T?
What up?
Visor was talking about he finally watched The Expanse, and I was just talking about how season 6, Amazon's like, nope, you got to finish it in 6 episodes. It's like 10 was going to be tough, and then they had to do it in 6. It was just, I hate when that happens to shows. Arcane, I don't know why they did it. They had plenty of storyline for 2 more seasons with those characters, and the showrunners just wanted to. Seems like they wanted to move on to the next thing. I don't know, but yeah, glad you finally watched it, Visor. And what's up to Donnie? What's up, Robert?
You.
Do you have The Expanse on your list of shows that you randomly pick from?
I do actually, because of you guys.
Everybody who's actually watched it, not one person has been like, yeah, that wasn't worth it. The guy at work who doesn't like anything, he's talking about rewatching. I was so shocked. I didn't want to like reveal my excitement too much. I didn't want to turn him off, but I was just like, he's really gonna watch it. I'm thinking, yeah, I hope he does, because yeah, it's definitely second time through. I loved it even more, and I was so surprised because he's on season 6 and he's like, yeah, he's describing people by their physical appearance. I'm like, you don't know their names yet? Like, come on, dude. It's 60 episodes. You don't know James Holden, Naomi, Amos. You don't know. He's like, yeah, the big buff guy. Like, Amos? Oh, yeah, I think that's his name. I'm like, you're on season. I'm like, you're on season 5, dude. Like, you don't know.
He's a brute, but I don't think he's buff.
He's pretty fucking buff. He was down in his underwear on season 5. I mean, he's pretty jacked. I mean, he's not a Mr. Universe, but he's like, dude's pretty built.
Buy him a bouquet of flowers, why don't you?
I'm just like, dude. I mean, why are we challenging the dude? He's a big dude. I mean, that's why he gets cast in those roles.
All right, man, I'll leave it alone.
But
you got it.
Yeah, I was so excited. I hope he does rewatch it, because he's watching Battlestar Galactica and he gave up watching. He's like, this show's stupid. I don't like all this religious stuff. I don't like it. It's just stupid. I'm like, come on, dude. That's one of the better sci-fi shows. But, he's
the point of the show, the religious stuff.
I feel like Battlestar Galactica, the reboot.
Do I have that?
There's times. That's back when there's 20 episode seasons. There's definitely some episodes they could have cut out. There's some that are like, all right, why are we spending so much time with this? But
I have it on my list. I have that on my list also.
I rewatched it, and he started watching it, and I was like, well, I'll rewatch it. And I gotta say, I liked it more the first time because of the mystery. The second time I did get it, like I said, there's a bunch of episodes where I'm like, yeah, I could skip this one, but I'll watch it. I'm not gonna skip any. There's characters that are just really unlikable, and they're supposed to be unlikable. They're supposed to be characters you're not supposed to love these characters. They're not villains, but they're just flawed characters that it's tough for people to love them and stay their friends because they're just whatever, they make bad choices and stuff. And sometimes that works in shows, and sometimes it goes too far. And there's times in Battlestar I'm like, you just want everybody to hate this person, like But then there's also some by the end I'm like, oh yeah, now I remember why I love this show. Like I forget how many seasons it is. I was like, yeah, now I remember why I love the show so much. This season's really good. I think it was like third or fourth season. But anyway,
Katie Sackhoff.
Her character is one of the ones I was talking about. She goes from like this great character to just all of a sudden it's like, who is this person? Why? It's like this.
Why are you making these decisions?
It's like they had different writers for different seasons and different episodes, and they weren't staying true to this character. Yeah, she was. She didn't make all the best decisions, but sometimes I'm like, that doesn't fit that character. But anyway, It's just. Back in the day, like I said, those shows went 20 episodes. I mean, that was the standard. 22, 24. The first season of Star Trek is 29 episodes. Back in the, what is that, 60s or 70s?
Late 60s. Oh, yeah, late 60s.
And I finally made it through season 1. It took me like a year. I've been kind of picking away at that first series. I don't think Battlestar has a ton of shaky cam. Yeah, the original Star Trek.
It was hard to get through.
The first season was. And Next Generation hasn't been difficult at all. There's, again, there's 20-something episodes. There's not all going to be
winners. I would say Next Generation is a little wonky in the beginning.
Yeah, the first season I actually didn't watch myself. I watched it through a reaction channel, and I was like, I liked it. I better just I'm going to watch it for myself. Because I was like, I don't know. I just, for whatever reason, as a sci-fi guy, Star Trek was never a thing. I never watched it growing up. I didn't know anybody who watched it,
That's the same for me. I still haven't watched any Star Trek. I love my sci-fi, but never watched any Star Trek.
It's too woke.
There's some really good episodes, and then there's some really, like, what the hell episodes, but, it is what it is.
It's on the list also. I gotta.
Almost every episode is just completely independent.
That's literally every TV series of all time. Well, at least.
Yeah, there's.
Back in the day when they used to have 20-some odd episode seasons.
Riker without the beard is so cursed. I mean, at first I guess when you're used to somebody with a beard, it's weird to see him without. Vice versa, when you're used to somebody without a beard, it's weird to see him with one. And I heard the discourse around, Riker's gonna have a beard. At first, like that, he looks weird with a beard, but now it's like that's who he is. You can't just like Robert. If he came in with clean shave next week on the podcast, it's gonna look weird.
He still has that same beard 30 years later.
Yeah, and he still sounds the same. He's gray, but honestly, it's like he seems to age the best from everybody I've seen recently.
I don't think it's possible for me to get a clean shave anymore. It's just too. There's gonna be the little strain, the little strain. I don't know if
mine beard never got thick. I'm 46 years old, and I'm still waiting for my beard to thicken.
That's why I got the baby face, because it's pointless for me to even think about messing with a beard.
Now it's like you can't even see. It's so gray.
I can grow facial hair. But
yeah, look at my sideburns now.
Like,
nothing I want to look in the mirror at. That's for sure.
The thing is, for me, like I usually just shave it. I just take her literally and just shave, literally shave. Like, I don't actually do the whole, super thin. Like, I just take the what do you cut your hair with, that, and just shave it.
The trimmer.
Yeah, I just literally go like that, and I think it looks fine.
Just get the one blade. The one blade just takes it really down to the skin, man. See that those irritate the shit out of my skin.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This is great.
I'll break out my neck.
I have it right here.
I got honestly. I was
Darrell when you need him to make fun of this.
I was gonna shave yesterday, but I was too lazy to. So I was like, all
If
right.
if I shaved my neck with that, I'd have a million red bumps. I don't know
Oh yeah.
why my neck skin is so sensitive to stuff. But if I use the Norelco one blade, it gets it really close and
Really?
works. It's expensive though. The replacement blades got really high, like super expensive.
See, that I'd be probably cutting myself at work. Oh shit.
Yeah, you can't cut yourself with that. That's what's nice.
Oh, you can't.
No.
Okay, I'll have to look
The
into
hell
that.
is
See
Yeah,
what
that?
I can
you like them stickers, don't you?
You on
Yeah,
Mac?
boy.
do.
Here,
It's my
this is
laptop.
my sticker. Look on my desk.
Oh,
Hey.
that you actually drew, right?
Mm-hmm.
You-
The morph ball.
And 64 in the hizzy.
I don't have any.
I'm a diehard N64 guy. If you didn't know,
Oh
it's
yeah,
my favorite console. It's my favorite Nintendo console of all time.
Yeah, mine
I don't
is the
need.
Super
I don't need
Nintendo,
your.
man.
I don't
Hey,
need your pristine.
It's got
I mean,
the I think was the biggest evolution. It's the most memorable generational leap in my opinion. Nothing's even close to the N64 coming in after the Super NES era. You know, like nothing will top that as far as like.
Makes
You
sense.
know what's
Holy
funny?
shit.
We had some snow. We had some whiteout last week, and I'm driving to work. I'm not even kidding. A car in front of me was there, and then like the wind picked up, and it was kind of a whiteout, and the car disappeared. I could just kind of still see it, and I shit you not, it immediately brought me to San Francisco Rush on the N64. Like it was a flashback. I was watching the game. It reminded me so much of it. And maybe because we were talking about N64 recently, but it's just like it was just
I
the
thought you were
fog.
gonna say it reminded you of N64 fog.
That's what it
Is what you
was.
mean?
Yeah, the
Oh,
fog
okay.
because the car, was in a whiteout, but it still kind of could see it. And I just
Which
like,
is not fair, by the way, because there were plenty of games that didn't have that. But
but
you know,
I
certain
think all the
programmers
racing,
are.
I think all the driving games did that. There
Mhm,
wasn't that many.
mhm.
I
There's
mean,
quite a few. They
maybe
don't have that draw distance issue.
maybe
It's just
later on.
yeah, it's a early developer problem.
Because I had San Francisco Rush and Rush 2, and they both had that. But I don't remember. I rented Beetle Racing Adventure. I don't really remember that game much.
Fucking Mario Kart didn't have that.
It had a little bit, I think. Maybe not in the track. I don't know. Maybe in the outside areas of the track, not in the cars in front of you.
When was the last time you played it?
By 2013.
Right.
I thought you didn't play for the 64 online. You didn't play it a little bit.
I don't know. Was it available when I got it back? Terrell's. I mean, he gave me access so I could check my save data and for a couple games, and I should go check it out.
But you weren't able to get it right or something like that?
So Resident Evil Revelations 2, I just had the hankering. I was like, you know what? Those are two games I got pretty far in, and I know I was like low ammo on my save point in Revelations 1, and I used all my ammo every time I was fighting this boss fight. It might have even been damn near the end. I think it was the end. I don't know if it was the final boss or second to final boss. I didn't have enough ammo to kill this guy. And so I stopped playing that. In Revelations 2, I got pretty far. So I re-downloaded them, and I booted up both games, and it's like creating save file. I'm like, what the hell? And I go, you can't even view your save data if you're not a member. Like, you don't, at least let me, you can delete it. I guess you can view it if you go to delete it. You can't just like view your save data. Obviously, there's no other thing you can do with it. Delete it or save it to the cloud. There's no moving it to anything. And I'm like, damn it. So I asked Terrell to add me to the Switch Online just so I could download, see if the save data was there. And in the meantime, I was like, oh, let me just start playing Revelations 2. I booted it up. I got like an hour, not even an hour, probably 30 minutes into it. And I'm like, yeah, I did enjoy this game. I don't remember exactly what made me stop. And then he's like, oh, here you go. And so I quickly went on my computer and I approved his, or he sent the request and I clicked the link or whatever. And I get in there and it's like Revelations 2, it's like trying to update. I'm like, oh no. And it says conflict error. So I was like, I clicked a button and it says this will delete your cloud save data if you continue. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So it was the only thing you could do is delete the cloud save and use the data you already had on there. that you
What?
couldn't choose and say no, I want to use the cloud save. That option didn't exist, so I said no, I'm not going to delete the cloud save. So I backed out, and it still overrode it.
What?
Thanks, Nintendo.
Doesn't
So
make sense.
and then it's like Revelations 2. All right, 5.9 megabytes. Downloaded it to the console. Boot up the game. Same thing. Create and save file. It's like I'm like what? So I go to the save data, because I said no, and so I go to the menu, go to save data. Revelations 2. It's right there. 5.9 megabytes of a save data from the cloud. Boot the game back up. Nothing. It's gone. So I had to start that over. I was like, God damn it.
Really?
It's so if it's
That's like
if it's
the issue I had with fucking Watch Dogs Legion. 80 hours, it shows up, all that shit shows up. I go to play and it's fucking none of my save is there.
That's brutal.
I had that
put
with
80
Immortals,
hours in that game.
and I was able to recover it through the Ubisoft. Their sign-in, which I have an account with Ubisoft, and it brought up like 20 different
me
ones.
too.
And my Immortals was gone on my second playthrough. I was probably 100 hours in, and I was like,
Jeez.
my system save file wasn't there, and so I was like, oh fuck. And then I went to the Ubisoft, and I could pick from 20 different ones, downloaded it, and it worked. But yeah, as far as the Nintendo, like, I mean, it showed it. It was 5.9 megabytes, and it just was nothing. So, and then I started both games over, and I'm like, I enjoy the basic, like, I enjoy those games. I just didn't enjoy, like, the structure as much especially the second game where you're playing as different characters, like each chapter or episode. Now I'm playing as this person.
Well, Revelations was built to fucking play on 3DS. That's
yeah, the first one, which it's fine, but I'm like, yeah, I really enjoy this. And then, what's stupid is in one game, A is to pick up every item, in the other game, B is to pick up items. And I'm like,
yeah, because they de-emphasize the Nintendo way of doing things. That's why
I gotta look to
the
see if I
second
can
one
swap, and I might not continue playing them now that my save files are gone, but I was playing in portable mode, and I'm like, you know what? This does look pretty. Both games do look actually really good in portable mode.
I was gonna say, I feel like I remember them looking really good.
Revelations 2, it's like, am I playing The Last of Us? Like this, I feel like I'm playing like visual quality of like The Last of Us remaster or something. Like it's.
Yeah, I remember saying, I was like, damn, they look really good.
And the first one, yeah, for being a 3DS game.
I still like that. Actually looks crazy on the 3DS, and it looked really good on the Wii U. I remember it was.
Yeah, that shit blew my mind on 3DS.
I played the demo on 3DS, and
I don't know they got that good on 3DS.
I don't know why I didn't play the whole game or get the whole game on 3DS as a Resident Evil fan. It's just. But yeah,
and I know the character, the character model, the main character is pretty nice.
Jill looks, yeah.
And the was like a.
She's like in a wetsuit because they're on a ship and they were taking a.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Remember episodic games?
But yeah, I think Revelations 2 was actually released episodically. Like.
Yeah, what Donnie Arts is saying.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm just like I like playing as I'm playing as Claire and a companion. It's I'm wondering if the whole game's co-op because.
Everybody was experimenting with epic.
I think it is. I remember something about
that. I think that could be fun playing. That would be a fun co-op game if every second of the game's co-op, where you both can just run around together. Obviously, I don't think you'd want to go two like separate ways because there's like scripted sequences and stuff. Yeah, Jessica looked better than Jill.
Sounds familiar. I don't know, man. I only played
Biggs. Ironfall is physical. I don't know. Is that physical?
Which one?
Oh yeah, Ironfall. That was the supposed Gears of War game, wasn't it? Like the Gears of War.
That's the 3DS. Yeah.
I remember really like, good.
Oh shit.
That's on Switch.
Is that physical?
Let's have a look at it.
That came out for Switch. It already came out for Switch. I remember hearing like it's going to or potentially or something like that.
No, I think.
I would say you got Ironfall on Switch. I was so confused.
That's what he said. Yeah.
I think it recently.
I missed that part. I just saw Ironfall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
13 days ago, 10 days. Yeah, the reviews are.
Yeah, that was it.
I mean, honestly, it just felt like a poor man's copy of Gears of War, and it was impressive.
it was-
Technically, it was impressive for
Yeah,
this,
the game that game was all about how,
but it wasn't very
about the
good.
visual.
It
Yeah,
was about being
it's not-
excited that this was on 3DS.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we got a third person.
It was
shooter on
really
3DS.
generic. It was.
Yeah,
For sure.
it was like what's those two games? The Conduit.
Yeah,
It's like the
Iron
Conduit on
Conduit's
Wii.
good, though.
maybe the second one. The first one was pretty unanimously boring,
The
repetitive.
multiplayer was pretty cool. on
Yeah.
the second one.
But everyone's like, yeah, it's just a very generic corridor shooter, very repetitive.
Pretty generic though.
Yeah,
But
Ironfall does
visually-
look really
visually
good on
impressive.
Switch. Damn,
Yeah,
Like,
actually,
that
I'm
looks
looking
really
right now. That does-
impressive.
Yeah, it is pretty.
What's up, Sandstorm?
Yo,
A lot
yo.
of
There's an
Yo.
Let me share this.
What's good?
a lot of shiny
life,
scenery.
man. Life is
Is that a
good.
green screen?
Texture quality looks pretty. Looks sharp.
It's the. Let's just
Look at that. Looks
say
like a real person's hand right there. Just
What
kidding.
we
That
doing?
was a 3DS. That was somebody playing
What
the
we-
3DS version.
I was like,
That was,
wait, I thought
that was
you were showing
really
the
weird
Switch.
timing. It threw me
I
off.
was like, what are you saying?
They're showing
Yeah,
some
like, I thought you were showing
comparisons.
the
I
Switch.
don't know what this video. I think it's just a review, so it's not like here's
I don't.
gameplay.
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's
Is
a
this
pretty
from
sharp.
that-
Oh, wow.
Is this that game from the 3DS?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Looks like a 3DS game.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a little more-
that's a pretty good upscale though. I mean, from 3DS,
Yeah, it's not
that's a
bad.
remat. That's I'd call that a re.
Are
Well,
you,
the game
wait,
was already
which video you watched?
technically
one where
It's a
there's
review of
lot
the-
like reflections.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
a review.
Just the explosion animations, I thought, looked higher quality than I thought they would.
And the running animation.
Yeah, that's where it's showing its origins.
Yeah,
But I
it
think
wasn't gonna be.
they definitely redid all the textures and stuff. And the
Yeah,
like
I mean,
the
if you
robot
look, there's
designs.
this one level where there's a bunch of like shiny reflections. I'm like, that definitely looks better than what
Got
was
some ray
probably in the
tracing
I-
going on. This has online
Yeah.
too.
I can respect that. That's a quality effort.
I don't know if you
I didn't know it was even
Okay.
coming out to
Oh.
Switch.
I had no idea.
Really, I saw that. I saw it was coming.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
it's probably AI enemies you're just shooting there. Yeah, I don't
Well,
think.
because it's probably
It was
can't. Oh no, this is.
But it
just
looked like it
trying
had
to
on
show
online that
multiplayer.
showed like matchmaking.
Yeah,
It's
this
moving
is
There's online
smooth. It's super
multiplayer.
smooth too.
The main character
hope
looks is moving better. I feel like, but yeah, that's 3DS footage. I mean, that does look really good. So
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
if I the
Look
conduit
at the
ever
look at the one that I have right here. They were I think
Hold
at
on, hold on. Let
did
me-
the
let me look
conduit
at
ever come to
Roberts.
Switch?
Let's look at Roberts.
You
Oh,
see,
yeah,
you
that's
see
got
these
some
pictures?
reflections.
Robert
They got
HD or
some,
footage.
some guy reflections.
Mm.
Just solid looking
It's
for
choppy as
yeah.
hell.
Yeah, it looks pretty choppy there. Well, it's
Is
No,
that
no,
your
on
stream.
this it looks fluid, but I
Yeah.
think it's just the
It's the stream.
stream.
It's the
Oh
stream.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a stream. We're not going.
It's
it's not a
the drones
representation.
are cutting into
Yeah,
your
the
internet.
drones are.
How's it? I switched from Juice's footage. It's a smooth 60 frames. You go to Roberts, it's like 32. Like what the fuck?
32. Two, like two
No.
frames. This
For
nigga.
me, my quality is.
Nah, hey man, I mean, it's all right. We know you just got that better PC. It's
50
okay.
FPS for some reason. Why not 60?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Brian got 9.
Yeah, I got that 16 core CPU. That's what it is.
Ooh, ooh.
The Conduit video review 2 years ago. Sega published that, huh?
What? Ironfall?
No, Conduit.
Oh, yeah.
High voltage software. Remember they had all these plans? They had like a vampire, werewolf
They were
game.
just really ambitious. They're overly ambitious.
They had
I-
this new engine they built just for the Wii.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be a Conduit 3DS game. I remember.
I don't know if this has ever been ported to anything.
Did they just get caught in development hell, or did they just say fuck it?
They actually showed it. I remember seeing footage of it, but
Was
yeah, I
this the
guess-
intro?
maybe they lost funding or something. And
That looks pretty cool. Look at that weapon.
yeah,
That
Conduit
looks-
looks good.
Looks
Mhm.
like something from Perfect Dark.
Man.
Yeah.
He picked his words very careful and said it looks
It
good.
has some cool looking weapons. It's a bad game. I just,
Look at
it's
the
just
fucking on the train. I
okay.
think this looks like a cool set piece, though.
For Wii, it
I'm
was
saying, do you-
definitely impressive.
Are you
Oh,
not
absolutely.
listening? What-
I mean, hey, man, even if it's on 360, I think I'm not like the visuals, but like the idea.
No,
No, it's not.
It's 30 FPS if that.
Robert,
I don't know, man.
you grew up on the 360. How
People
could
don't
you say
realize
that
like the
thing?
Wii.
Yeah, well, in a 360, we didn't have going on trains and shooting, man. That's something that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Really?
what's told me.
You're
Going
out
on
in-
trains.
Really? Is that what it
Gears,
was?
the whole like final mission of
Look,
Gears of War
I'm
was
just
on the
trying to
train.
think of the.
You recall Wii
No, that was
360 with me.
that was
Come
one of
on
the
now.
worst. That was one of the worst final missions, man.
It was a
Fucking
bad
Gears of
mission,
War
but
one.
yeah, I
That is
mean
not as
they
fun
were
like an
pushing
action
like
mission.
more realistic
Look
lighting and
at that.
textures and
Texture.
stuff.
Yeah.
It was a tech down, it was a tech showcase, not tech down, but
It's a
tech
very
showcase.
impressive Wii game.
The Wii was
Mhm.
capable because of the
It was one of
lower
those games that
resolution.
you looked at and said that couldn't work. That couldn't be done on GameCube.
I'll
Yeah,
play these games.
Oh,
one day.
what? This?
I own
A lot of
both.
Wii games.
I mean,
look
look,
like they
the
could just
character
be
model-
GameCube games, but this game didn't.
It all look
It was
good.
like
No,
the-
it look good.
Looks like
I
a-
think
you
that's
could put
Yeah.
one
pretty
for a
good.
360 model.
and
This is a good character
I remember them showing this. Whoever was doing like the tech analysis, like the reflection on the ball and the light,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like that was like they're doing things no one else was doing from a tech standpoint. It was almost like Crisis, the
Okay.
Crytek.
Okay, Donnie. Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. Said they were
What?
having financial issues. The conduit company.
Makes
High
sense.
voltage.
Oh, this is
Oh,
Conduit 2.
okay.
That was
Okay,
the
okay,
2.
let me look.
Remember when it's kind of like Turok 1 or 2, like Turok. I never
Yeah,
like I can't comment on the game itself, but I know Turok 2 was like pushing higher res with the expansion, with the RAM expansion, pushing higher res textures, and it was like it was a graphics showcase, but it wasn't a performing.
16 frames per second.
Yeah, that new
Turok
Turok trailer didn't look that
Are
good.
people excited about the new Turok trailer? I'm just saying.
I'm not excited,
interested.
but I'll probably check it out.
I won't say I'm
Dinosaur
excited.
shooter. How often you get a shooter with dinosaurs, man? Come on now.
I mean,
Yeah.
weirdly enough, that is
Yeah.
not.
What was
with
what's with like
No,
this?
that's cool in 1997, but like nobody cares about shooting dinosaurs in 2020. Nobody cares.
You don't want to
I don't
shoot
know about
that in
that.
2024,
How
man?
many
Come
people?
on, bro.
Everybody asking for
We
Dino
got Dino
Crisis.
Crisis. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 people are asking for that game. That game come out.
Hold
Ain't
on,
nobody
T.
gonna be caring about that
we
shit.
need games to come out so we can see the sales numbers reflect and prove whether or not people care. Dinosaurs are huge, bro. Dinosaurs are huge.
Yeah, they are huge. They're they're literally huge. You're right.
But dinosaurs are timeless, man. You never know.
So
Dino-
I don't
want
remember in that
Have
new.
you seen any dinosaurs lately? I say they're quite they're not timeless at all.
Damn.
Time snatched their ass.
Relax, man. Father Time was a bitch. Fuck him.
In that new trailer when they had like
Yeah.
that suit, like Iron Man, like nano suit shit what did that have? Is that part of like the Turok mythos, like having these suits?
What? There's no Turok mythos.
That's what I'm like, what is it? It just didn't feel like a Turok game to me. Like everything, even the reason the third person perspective, I was like, yeah, it
What
doesn't.
made Turok cool was that it was a bona fide FPS game on a console,
Mm-hmm.
and it looked and ran pretty good. That's what made Turok. Yeah,
I don't know why that cracked me up.
nobody
There's
cared
no
about it.
Turok
Yeah.
mythos.
And the guns were awesome. Like the guns were very cool.
Well, it
that-
had pretty good
that was it.
animations, and you're like but most of the time you're shooting damn human beings. Like in the first game, the dinosaurs were.
Well, the second game you shoot hybrids. You're shooting
Yeah, I'm looking
human
right now.
dinosaur hybrids.
I'm just
I
like,
love the second game. It's probably my favorite.
I'm like, man, I'm shooting all these like people constantly with my bow and arrow, and I enjoyed it. I never did finish it. I struggled with the platforming parts, but it was a cool game.
There is a Dino Crisis remake on PC. If you want to go check that out and tell me you think that
Is it good?
People would be salivating for it. They took the actually original game and they remade it with modern graphics. So go look at that.
Well, if they
and tell me-
Capcom does like their reimagining to it, then it could be good. But yeah, you don't want to just straight remake.
No, it's in 3D. It's not like the what do you call it?
But it's still the same base. Like everything's identical, right? It's like putting better graphics over the original game.
But hold on. That for people who want Dino Crisis, that's good enough. That is what they loved that first game, So take that first game, make it full 3D. That's what it is. That's what the remake is. It's got new graphics. It's got up-to-date graphics and effects. So go look at that and tell me that you still want that. That's all I'm saying.
I don't like this energy. This is
I just think,
I'll take.
bro.
we shoot so
It's
many
an Unreal
heroes.
Engine,
I don't
though.
like
It's
this
just
energy.
one.
Keeps
Aliens.
scaring me a little bit, bro.
Think about Call of Duty Zombies, man. I would like to have some dinosaurs.
He look like he come from somebody's neck. I'm concerned.
I mean, it's impressive somebody did it, but it's not Capcom who did it, so.
You're
Yeah.
missing the point.
It's still out there.
No.
Let me take it.
You're missing the point. They took the game that everybody loves, they modernized it. Now that should be a good jumping off point. If you see what that is and you like it, then
I don't
Robert,
like the
you're
way
right.
you talking to you. You sound
Oh,
spooky
yeah, right.
over there.
Well, I don't
Like,
understand.
the way he's saying
talking-
it is like, just go check it out. Just go look
Like
at
an
it.
NBA,
I don't know the
I
ins and outs of it,
absolutely
but it.
would play a dinosaur game. It's not even a question. I would absolutely love to play. I have not. In how long has it been since a dinosaur game came out, man? Like I don't. The last time I don't
Probably
even
a
know.
reason for that, but
Horizon
That's
Horizon Forbidden West has robot dinosaurs.
That's like the closest. Yeah, it's like the closest.
And that's
yeah,
my
pretty-
that's like the
perspective.
closest, like,
yeah, you got
dinosaur
dinosaurs right there.
I don't like T, bro.
And it's
T.
pretty
stuff.
awesome.
It's the best selling, and it's the best selling PlayStation game. To be fair,
If they were like real dinosaurs, I think it'd be just as cool, if not or
Yeah.
cooler possibly.
so to be fair, that is the best selling PlayStation game.
For what? Wait, what is
Horizon
it?
Zero Dawn.
So you dinosaur.
They're not
dudes,
all
you're winning.
dinosaurs
You're winning
though.
right now.
They're not
So
all
they're
Most of them
dinosaurs.
are just animals, bro.
I
They're
know,
like
but
giraffes and zebras
trying
and
to
horses
I'm trying
and
to get
shit.
some sort of like, come on, man.
There's like only like maybe one or two
So-
like, major.
So would you
dinosaurs.
call Horizon a dinosaur game? Is that the genre it falls into?
No.
I would not.
No.
Okay.
I would probably call it a car game.
Those that don't know,
Wow.
there was
Oh,
there was
no,
like
we're
a
doing
full
this.
day debate between Retro and Robert about. I'm not even gonna. I should have just asked Sandstorm
Shit, yeah.
before setting it up if he. How would you describe Grand Theft Auto? Like
Yeah, how
in
would
the
you
simplest
describe it?
terms, what kind of game is
What
Grand
genre
Theft
is
Auto?
it to you? What genre is Grand Theft Auto to you? Or I guess how you describe it.
No. Don't.
In simplest
don't
terms, like
box them.
2 words.
Let them explain it.
How would you describe it?
Open world action game.
Cool.
That's pretty much what it is. What about Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2 though? I think those Retro might have
Yeah,
a little
you
bit of a
know.
case.
No, wait. Let me.
Did he say they were
properly-
car games? I mean,
Yeah.
I would definitely. I would lean more 1 and 2 being more car games because the mechanic is more there than later Grand Theft
Yeah, the
Auto.
one-
No, wait. Let me.
I wouldn't even do that.
I want to explain. Wait. I want to
Why
explain
you doing
something
that?
real quick.
You-
Sandstorm, just so you know, Retro, we love him to death, but he's a crazy person. Okay, we can respect his opinions, but he's never right for the right reasons. It's always either he's right for the wrong reasons or he's wrong for the right reasons. It never fucking links up, and we're just like, damn it! And Robert got into another one of those scuffles.
Yeah,
And he
well,
was
we
I
had,
checked-
Like, the huge thing. I just if and then I was like, but and we started talking about it, it's like car game. You're just gonna say GTA 5 is a car game. One, car is not even a genre, bro. To just say car to describe something as car sounds insane to me.
A car game.
When you
And
don't
then I
come on the podcast, you're gonna get cooked on the podcast.
And I was like, I was telling him, I was like, imagine you brought up to.
I would
someone
say
who wants to
driving
make-
game, but not car game. You know?
Driving game is.
Yeah, who
driving
the hell says car game?
That's still not good enough.
No.
Hey,
Don't even-
no, I agree with that. Yeah, driving game. That's more accurate.
But driving
Yeah.
is the.
Who the hell
action
says
of it. That's
car
the genre.
game? That don't even sound right.
I would say exactly.
my-
no, it's
my
driving
younger-
game.
My younger
What do you
younger
think?
individuals would say car game. Like my kids would be like, "Can
Yeah, but those are
can we play the
children.
car game?"
That makes
That makes perfect. That makes it all make sense.
A grown ass man, a grown ass
to
man
know.
is talking like a child. Is what you're telling me. That's what I'm
What
understanding
is the
here.
percentage of driving you do when you're playing Grand Theft Auto? Like
It depends
play the whole
on
game.
how you
Yeah,
play.
it
I
Depends on the
guess.
play style. Technically,
Yeah,
you don't
the
have to
original,
drive. Well, you have to
probably.
drive for certain missions.
No, but the thing
Yeah,
is,
I was gonna say the
telling-
original. It's
some
it's a
missions will
lot.
make you
In
drive.
3, I think 3 I played. I was in the car a lot in 3.
I just wouldn't call it that.
But I was telling Retro, imagine if you had someone who's wanted a car game, and it's and it's like recommend me a car game, and he says Grand Theft Auto, Outrun, and Car Mechanic Simulator, right? Three completely different games and different genres, but to him are all car, just the word car. So it's like, how the fuck are you supposed to imagine someone be like, what are you talking about? Like,
Retro's gonna be
I
listening to
don't
this,
know. Like,
and this
first thing I would
conversation
say,
just gonna come up in the
playing
chat
that game is
tomorrow.
like, why am I walking around in this car game and shooting things?
Yeah, what do I
You
have
know
legs
what?
for?
For
I don't
that
need
same
this.
purpose, for that same purpose, this is an excellent point. I'm glad you actually brought that up, because when I was younger, for Christmas I got San Andreas, and my mom bought me that game, and so I'm like, ooh, I got the new GTA, yeah, coming off the heels of Vice City, and my mom was like, absolutely not, you're not playing any Grand Theft Auto games like that. But when San Andreas came around, she bought me that game, and it's got swear words and all that. Like, I'm
Strip
popping
clubs.
fools. And she's like, "What game are you playing?" I'm like, "Grand Theft Auto." She's like, "Where are the cars?"
I rest my
Come on.
case.
It's a carjacking game.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
would
it
say
is.
I would.
Carjacking
I will
game.
say, if you want to know how we described Grand Theft Auto in our little close knit circle when I was younger, we call it the hood game.
I was gonna say the
Yeah.
hood simulator. That's what that is.
It was hood game.
we
That's what
call
it
it.
was.
I would
This is
say
the hood simulator.
Suburban
Hood or
folks.
some gangster shit. It was one of those two.
the closest thing to like what I would say a car game, I'd say a game for car guy, like for car enthusiasts, would be like the Gran Turismos and the
Gran
Forzas.
Turismo, that's a
The
car
guys who
game.
love
Yeah,
cars.
that
that's
would
a
be
car
a
game.
racing
That's a car game.
simulation.
It's a racing simulator, but that would be for
Ridge
car
Racer,
for
that's
car
a car
guys to like
Yeah,
get.
because you do enthusiast stuff in there. You get to
Yeah.
tweak your car and buy all the
Exactly.
parts.
So
And
imagine
you,
but that's the thing is that's why to just say car.
Midnight Club Dub Edition is more of a car game.
I gotta say,
Than
T,
the
I've been
Grand Theft
watching
Auto.
this for the
Mine
last
was almost
like
here.
8 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely want Capcom to do this like right. I'm like, this.
What?
I mean, yeah, it's a little janky. Someone just made it with Unreal Engine. I must be a fan or something. But I'm still like, this looks pretty good. Like for
Man, y'all motherfuckers just want what y'all ain't got. What happened? They've been making it for a long time.
I don't know. Like this looks like
I mean,
I like how Juice says that.
I
and
said,
the first shot
I don't
he sees
want
an
this.
ad shot, and I'm just like, oh, I see.
I'm not saying I want to play this version, but this gives me like
He wants to
a
see
good
the
feeling
ad
that
shot in 3D.
Capcom could make a good version of Dino
Yeah, this
Crisis.
is definitely this. Is
I don't
Juice's
know.
kind
I don't
of
know what to
game.
tell you.
This absolutely is Juice's kind of game.
I see two reasons why you
get
want
low,
to.
get low, get low.
I
Get
do want
low.
to end that car discussion real quick because I
No,
don't
you
want
don't.
to think
I thought we
I don't
did
want
that
to see it in the chat tomorrow. I'm
Robert,
gonna.
I
I
want
just
you to
wanted
understand.
I'm leaving the
no,
chat
last
tomorrow.
Thing, the last thing is because he
Of course, it's
essentially
gonna get to this.
his idea of saying car game was to eventually later elaborate to people what the subgenre of car game would be. So like if you were to say oh, what are you playing? A car game, and he's like, what
Why
kind
is
of
she
car game?
crouching?
Oh, well, it's an action car game. I'm like, all right, that's a lot of steps just to say what the hell you're playing. But
And the reason you
whatever.
were talking about this is, for some reason, a couple people were just like so like thought it was so ridiculous that you thought GTA 6 is gonna win Game of the Year when the year it
Oh,
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Like, it's a
Well,
pretty
this is
good bet.
retro.
That's a pretty safe bet, I
Oh,
think.
Okay, well, retro for some reason
Man,
thought
why
I
is
was like,
that compy eating all them bullets? It's a compy.
He-
Yeah, this is just some. I don't know what the main game was like, but yeah,
That is the
that's what I
bullet
said. I
sponge.
wouldn't mind Capcom remaking the game.
No. See, I'm just
Oh.
saying that I wasn't saying that this looks bad. I thought it looks pretty good actually. But
It's
I'm just
impressive
saying,
for what it is.
But the way you said it, see,
I'm just like,
T is the type to tell you the truth without actually saying the truth. Sometimes it'll be like, I mean, if you want to go look at it, you can. You might,
look,
you might
if
see whether or
Capcom
not
puts
you
money
see
into
whether or
it,
not you want the game or not. And I'm just like, T.
I'm just saying people always say they want these things and then they come.
I'd rather
We're in
have
a
I'd rather have this.
self-generation,
I'd
T.
rather have that than just another Resident Evil remake at this point. Like,
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
that
agreed.
it's similar,
that's
but
just
at least
Resident Evil. It's just Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
I know,
that's
but-
why the game was popular to begin with.
I know.
I think
what
if
I'm
it
saying.
was,
But he wants something different, T.
if they moved into an open area and did the dinosaur thing, I wouldn't mind. I think I'd be a little
Just
more.
make a new
Or
game.
just make a new game, yeah.
Yeah, just make a new
Dinosaur
game. We're not
Hunter
doing
looks
this.
absolutely terrifying 11 months ago. Is that like a real game? I'm just looking.
Isn't that
Now-
the game of
now
Thor?
the
Isn't
Google
that Thor
search
Dinosaur? Is
begins.
that the name of it?
Called Dinosaur Hunter. I wonder if it's a real game, but anyway,
Could be. Believe in yourself.
it's you know, you never know. You could have another Cyberpunk on your hands. Just getting back to GTA 6 is going to be a front runner for Game of the Year the year it comes
It's
out.
going
I'm sorry.
to win.
It's going to be a front runner.
Naturally.
Use that
I'm
crazy
sorry.
shit.
It sucks.
Naturally.
In the end of the day, and the reason why I said is that the Game Awards is very predictable for Game of the Year if you really sit and think about the past decade.
Except
that we've had.
Overwatch was like the what?
So you knew Astrobot was gonna win?
Yeah, because
Look,
look,
did we not
all
talk
you got,
about
all
it
you got,
last podcast? Yeah, I was there saying
all you
that
got to
Astro
do
was
is
gonna
look
win.
Jeff Keighley and his tweets. He was blasting that game out whenever every chance he could get. It was so clear.
It Takes Two
Well,
won a
like,
couple
maybe-
years ago, so it's not like a non-realistic
Well,
game
but
can
that's
win.
what I'm saying. Yeah, well, my thing was if you look back on the past previous years, you look at again, think about the circumstances. I know people say Black Myth, Wukong, blah, blah, blah. Fan vote. What did I say was going to win fan vote? Black Myth. That was automatically. That was not even a question, of course. But Astrobot is the highest rated game of the year alongside Metaphor. However, Astrobot is just more broad of an appeal, which means the reviewers or the people that are actually talking are going to vote for Astrobot. It's just not that hard to understand. And not only that, and then think about it. The year before, everyone was saying Tears, but something similar comes out. You have Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate was going to win. Everyone predicted that was going to
Yeah,
win.
we all
It had the
predicted that.
exact rating as Tears, and so it was also a 96.
Especially with all the developers crying about it, like that was a shoe in.
Mhm, just like
Yeah,
Elden
I
Ring.
mean,
When Elden Ring
You
came
look at
out,
the year before, Elden Ring. No,
Everybody
not
again,
crying.
developers
Yeah.
crying. "Oh, look at this terrible UI design. Look, you can't make a game with that UI
Winner.
and map,
The year-
the mission
again,
structure." What was the year before?
Winner.
The year before that
Let's
was It Takes Two, which makes sense. Again, if you look at the ones that was probably a closer race.
I thought
but,
that
like,
one was a bit of a surprise personally, but
I think to me,
Yeah,
I think
I-
still that makes sense.
I think now that Astrobot won, that retroactively Mario Galaxy 2 should win Game of the Year. Because goddamn, Astrobot, goddamn.
Hey, listen.
there's been some close
I mean, it
years
wasn't
though.
around
Like,
for-
Listen,
Red Dead lost to
Talk
God of
about
War.
that was the
inspiration.
biggest
There's
one.
been
The
some-
one that was-
there's been some conversations, and I got to witness some crash outs, and I had my own initial reaction that wasn't the most positive towards that announcement.
What announcement?
About Astrobot winning Game of the Year.
Oh, it was obvious, man. It was
No,
fucking
shut up.
obvious.
Shut up. If it wasn't obvious.
I
to
thought
everybody.
Metaphor
Did
had,
I say that?
had
Yeah,
it
but
close.
It
people
wasn't
are-
obvious
are-
to everybody.
People are going like this. In the end of the day, bro, the Game Awards has a formula. They've been having a formula for the past 10 years.
Robert,
Again,
not everyone knows the
go back-
formula.
And
I don't
again,
read books.
I will say this.
I'm not a mathematician. I
I'm
don't
glad
know.
everybody came to the party.
It makes sense.
I'm glad everybody came to the party of Astrobot finally. Because I said this
Oh, people are mad
years
as fuck.
ago, talking about Astro, the VR one. It's
Yeah,
the same.
right.
It's just got the same mechanics and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But nobody cared about that game. But
It
this
takes you in
one,
2020 though, T. It's already been 4 years since Playroom. To be fair,
not
time
play.
flies.
He's talking about the VR
Wait,
game.
He's talking about the VR game.
You mean
No,
what I'm
but
talking
also,
about?
but also,
Damn.
also 2020. Also,
I don't think a
2020,
demo was going to qualify. You never know. DLC did. So
So
No,
Right.
I'm saying that in
People were saying,
2020
"Oh man,
already-
this is a full-on game." This
there's
is a good
people who
game."
have a PS5 who didn't even play Astra's Playroom. It's
So
free
I mean,
on the system.
That's
the
true, man.
initial shock for people, because it's we're playing the Sony bias game. That was the initial shock for some people in the chat. And although I very much
Sony bias.
well, in terms of the awards, actually I got like a fuck ton of awards, and people were just kind of like, I don't know if you should have gave this thing everything.
Jeff Keighley is.
No, listen.
But what are the
I'm not denying that. What I'm saying is though, that was I was more willing to forgive it because of the quality of the title. I was like,
It's a great game. I'm glad
I
it
think
won.
it genuinely deserves the attention. I do feel like there's some going on, but it's fine. I respect it. And then
I'm
I went
just saying,
online.
Jeff
Yeah, but who
Keighley.
would've won?
But no, I
Who
went
would've won?
online.
was
Who
putting
won-
out
who
tweets
won
promoting the
other than
game
Ash
for
won?
months.
Are you asking what the people who didn't know the formula wanted?
Yeah.
You
Other
already
than-
know.
the only
You
other one would
already
be
know.
Metaphor.
Yes, you already
The only
know
other
which
one would
game.
be Metaphor, man. The only other one.
No.
I think
that's not
Metaphor
the
is the
one
only
they wanted.
one. I
They
bet that
wanted
got
That's not the one they
second.
wanted. That's not the one they wanted.
They wanted
That
Black
would have
Myth.
been the bro.
They wanted Black Myth.
They
Black
wanted
Myth was
Black
at
Myth.
like an 81 on Metacritic.
didn't
There was
care.
no
That
shot.
didn't
They didn't
matter.
care.
I think Metaphor.
Listen,
I
you
bet
don't
would bet
understand
you
the
$100
casual-
Metaphor got second.
The
Yeah, in the
casual
voting.
market.
Metaphor has a 94 on Metacritic. That shit was not winning Black Myth, bro. It was
No,
no
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the casual audience, the people who aren't gamers,
Mhm.
wanted Black Myth.
Oh no, I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And-
showed
and-
they
and
showed all
so-
these
The game that people
cinematics.
bought. The game that
And
people
so-
actually bought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And so
It's the game they probably played. It's probably the one game most people played on that list.
Yeah,
exactly. That's like
Yeah.
I said. It's the
Best-selling game on the
it's the
list.
most casual of the games on there that people are like, oh, it's got to be Black Myth.
But what's funny is
or
Yeah.
the DLC.
this happens
No.
every time.
Yeah.
Somebody will show like this epic cinematic sequence and say this lost to this kid's platformer, and they're like,
Those
why
things.
would you choose the cinematic
The
thing?
cinematic
Like,
part? I don't know.
There's
'cause
plenty of
there are
gameplay.
great
There's plenty of
sequences in that
gameplay
game.
of the game. Like, why did you choose? They
Yeah.
did that for
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. They did that. Was it last year?
Because they're a bunch of casual goons. That's
Like-
Yeah, casuals only care about.
How did
the
this
cinematic.
lose
The
to?
cinematics are the best part.
That's literally what it is.
It's
Give
like-
me some really nice
These are
cinematics.
people who care
and
more
show me,
about-
give me 10,000 arrows to show me where I'm supposed to go
I'm
next.
gonna give you. But listen, I'm gonna give you the
That's what they want.
craziest take I heard someone
Okay.
say on TikTok today about why Black Myth should have won.
Oh god.
They
let's
said, and this is gonna fuck you up. The dude's sitting there, and I didn't forget the dude's name, and that's good because I don't want to put him on blast for no reason. I think his comments did that for him. He goes, "Well, Astrobot didn't move gaming forward, and it didn't innovate. It's a fine game, but it didn't do these things. But I think Black Myth came from a Chinese developer, and I think that it showed that people outside of the West can make amazing games and pull off this beautiful lore." And I had to sit there for a second and go, what do you count the Japanese games as if you're
Right, that's what I
considering-
said. Do you know
But-
where they made that game? Do you know
Like-
Team Asobi? Like,
Yeah,
You know where they
and I
are?
was like,
Team of
so-
Sobe and all those English
so it's
Americans.
oh yeah, all those.
It's-
Yeah.
it's such a
But,
painfully
Maybe he was trying to
ignorant
say
take.
something. It is for China. It is a landmark game because they've had so many cheap knockoff bullshit games, mobile
For sure.
games
Oh,
come
let me see if I
out
can find the
in the
original.
last like decade or so. That actual, like I watched a couple videos of this. I don't. She's definitely Chinese.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, this is the games we've been getting, showed all those knockoffs. This is finally like a AAA caliber game for China. It was a big deal to them, for a developer to make like a solid game, like a really
Oh,
high,
Yeah, I
you know,
heard they
high
were
quality
crying,
game.
and I
Did-
think Alana
did they
Pierce said
get
something about them
rewarded for
crying when
that?
they lost.
And did they get rewarded for that some way in the way of sales, perhaps?
Yeah, yeah.
Not only that, but they did win an award.
And they
won
also
Best
got
Action
right.
Game
Like,
Award.
be happy about that, bro. Like, that's good enough. That's great.
I
And
keep
won
forgetting to
Best
see if
Action
it's
Game
out.
Award.
The
Like, he did
physical,
win an award. One
I don't
Grammy
think it. I
award.
don't think it is. Yeah.
For what?
the physical
Best
Black
Action Game they-
Black Myth Wukong. Is that?
I don't think it is.
It won Best Action
I don't
Game.
think so.
Yeah,
Is
it
that-
won.
is
It,
one
it,
of
it won
Okay.
an award. It wasn't like it didn't win any awards.
Yeah, it won
It won
something.
Best Action Game. I mean, of course, and again, we all say this. It was the only game of the year nominee in Best Action Game,
Yeah.
so it had to win. Right? You know what I mean? But
It came out December 12th.
$64.99. Yeah, I don't think I'll have time to play it before the end of the year. It's one of those where it's just like,
I hate the way you said it. Well, yeah, I got you.
Also, by the way, Visor Grunt said in the comment, did you guys see that apparently the CEO wrote his acceptance speech 2 years ago for Game of the Year? He was so... he really believed he was going to win Game
For
of the
Black
Year that
Myth?
much. Yeah, and he felt so mad that he
Yeah, he
went
was
there for no
crying.
reason, apparently.
what about the guy who thought he was getting called up there? I didn't
Came
see
to
that.
the awards for nothing.
But that's so
What?
fucked up. 'Cause one, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. What? Doesn't make sense. Why
The
would you?
arrogance.
Yeah,
That
that's
is pretty
crazy.
arrogant.
Nintendo
He's trying to manifest that shit.
Nintendo didn't fly everybody there last year for Tears of the Kingdom. Unlike Breath of the Wild, they had everybody there because they
Yeah,
pretty
well,
much
they
knew.
were like, all right, Baldur's Gate. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, here it is. I found it. I found the clip I was looking for.
I will say though, I don't know
Goodness
if they talked to
gracious.
Game Awards, but like to be fair, they didn't do the whole please wrap it up, or they actually let people talk. Like,
Yeah, I heard it was bad. I didn't watch the show. I heard it was
It was
better.
overall a better experience. I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10.
Did they still do
Yeah,
like
but
the
I
world
also-
premiere stuff or no?
Yeah, it did.
No, I mean not as heavy though.
It wasn't as heavy, and I think we had better premieres overall.
I don't care.
So here was the original. Do I have the audio up?
this man ain't.
I do not have the audio.
Thor.
It is. All right, here we go.
How you gonna name yourself Thor?
Can't hear it. Can you guys hear it? I can't.
Yeah.
But I don't
Oh, it was
understand why
muted.
chosen for Game of the Year. It didn't push
What's
our
he
industry
playing
forward
there?
in any way. It didn't change the
He's playing the industry pushing
It just
game,
doesn't make any sense. Legitimately.
whatever it is.
What was that? Deep cover gecko?
Black Myth
World of Warcraft, to be honest with you, but I don't.
Game from China, from Chinese developers.
Oh, I can't
Like
see the
Chinese
screen.
technology, and it
It's all
did
chopped
well
up.
in the West, and that changes our entire industry instantly.
Why?
Who cares that it, even if it does? Who cares? Like, how did
But how do you? How is he
That
certain
doesn't
about
mean
that?
it should win Game of the Year.
it opens the door for more Chinese developed games? I guess that will be high quality.
How much you want to bet he didn't play the game, dude?
Oh,
He didn't play it.
look! Do you see the comments? That's literally what it is. He didn't play the game.
Yeah.
You can tell.
It's a fun game.
I hear people
Legit
say it's a
fun
fine,
game.
it's a
Bro,
good game, but it's not
Wukong is
like
the first game ever to come out of North America from the East.
God damn.
Wait until the man realizes that games set outside of the West do amazingly all the damn time.
Yeah, it's like, bro, the
You guys
game
have to
that
understand.
won was literally not from the West.
Wait
You
until he
understand,
finds out the
just because
Japanese
a
games
guy-
get nominated.
Just because a guy has a big microphone in his face, wears a silly hat, and he's playing a game, doesn't mean he knows what the hell he's talking about when it comes to gaming.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh,
I
it was-
think, honestly, a lot of these people will never even
They-
play Astro Bot.
Right.
But at least I felt like that's a better like compared to the look at this cinematic, look at this compared to
No,
this
no,
kiddie
for sure.
game.
At least
That's
a little
better, but it's not like a great point or anything.
Oh
but-
no, it was
It's just
the
like-
crash outs.
At the end of the
Here's
day,
the-
I would argue that's the same point as like when 2020, when The Last of Us 2 won, which I thought was a no-brainer, it was going to win, but like you could argue, oh well, Animal Crossing maybe should have won because it united the whole world and
Yeah.
we all had a little, while
Was
that's
Animal Crossing
great, it
nominated?
doesn't win Game of the Year.
No.
What? Yeah, it was nominated for Game of the
Was
Year.
it?
Yeah. Dude,
Should've
I
won.
remember. It was.
I'm
Last
sure
of Us,
you remember.
It was Animal
Ghost of
Crossing.
Tsushima.
Robin, it means Animal Crossing. Robin's gonna remember no matter what.
It was.
He knows every major Animal Crossing
20?
event.
Well, I don't know what else I just remember.
Come
Last
on,
was
man.
Animal Crossing.
Show off.
Yep. It was Control.
No, that was
That was
2019.
19.
I'm making shit up. I have no idea.
You were
Um,
close, man.
Death
well,
Stranding?
What was that? 20?
That was 2019.
21?
I was going to say Death Stranding, but that was 2019. What else was 2020? Hades.
Doom Eternal. I don't know if that was Game of the
Hades.
Year.
Was Hades? Was it
on there.
Hades? Yeah.
Hades was on there. What would be the fifth and sixth?
If y'all
I
don't
don't
want to
think
watch it,
Doom Eternal was
I
on
It
found
there.
was Animal Crossing, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Doom
Remake.
Eternal, Hades, and Ghost of
What was
Tsushima. So obviously, Ghost of Tsushima.
What?
I like The Last of Us, but I would have gave it to Ghost.
Sandbox, open world, nut huggers.
To me, it was obviously Last of Us. That was not even gonna. It was not even gonna be a comparison because they love their narrative, emotional driven stuff, and that was going to work.
But damn,
That was
a
gonna-
lot of
Hey, man,
people
but-
thought Red Dead Redemption
love all
2
the-
was a shoe-in.
well,
that
that
was
was
all the-
that was the honestly. If we look back at all 10 years, that's the one year where it's like, wow, that was actually surprising. It's the one year that.
A lot of
Like,
Sony
yeah.
fanboy cheerleading for Astrobot. Ain't none of them bitches buying the game though. Clearly,
I don't know what it
Where y'all
it sold over a
where y'all
million, didn't it?
Yeah,
Where y'all
1.5
at?
million.
that ain't enough for a console that has 66 million units out
Yeah, I
there.
like that.
For a
You know
Sony
what?
fan
It's
base,
not
that's a lot.
That post.
It's not
What was
enough
that post I
for
saw
you.
earlier in the chat that you
I'm
had?
not happy.
That you said facts to when they were like, I know
Oh.
Sony's mad it sold well.
Oh yeah,
now they
well,
gotta
Sony.
Because now
They
they
gotta
gotta
make
make a
another one.
sequel.
Now they gotta make a sequel.
They're like, fuck. I was
They were,
trying to
they were
do
planning
none
on
of that.
getting rid of Team Asobi. Now they got, oh fuck.
Well,
It was
I
like,
will
damn
say
it.
it's that one.
We don't want to do a hi-fi rush.
Is,
That'd be
is not a lot.
terrible.
It's not a lot when you consider that there's not even a lot of games to pick from. Like, how the
Yeah.
hell are you not picking up Astrobot? Like if you're like picking from.
That's what I'm
some-
It's
saying,
the
like-
same thing that people say about everything. Oh, it's $60. It's too much for a 3D platformer. It's too
Yeah,
much
that's
for a
some disrespectful
Metroidvania.
shit,
I
bro.
mean, shit that happened on Switch. Metroid Dread. That's
Yeah.
too much for a 2D side-scrolling
That's
game.
really
Like,
Yeah, man.
This-
Kirby
this-
Star
this is what
Allies.
the
It's
first-
$60 too much for that. Oh yeah, it is.
Question. Here's what I'm gonna ask before I do it.
$60 was too much for that game.
There are a string of videos where you can see people crash
But
out
this
when
is
the
why I'm
announcement
also
happened.
saying that next year.
People losing their shit when Astrobot won. I don't know if you
who
care.
takes it that
I saw-
serious?
I saw-
For one,
I
who
saw a
takes it
video.
that
Oh,
serious?
Are you sure? Because I can
Oh,
show
bruh.
you people who took it seriously.
I'm saying,
Oh, bro, people.
I'm
took it
not saying no
serious.
one did. I'm saying like,
No,
like
like
what kind of
my
person
ass off.
takes
Saying
it that serious? Like, come on.
It's funny though. It is funny.
It is fun. Well, I will say that next year to me that's why I had this start at the debate with Retro where it was like it's a lock in 100%. If GTA 6 comes out and it's not fucked up, it's winning game of the year.
If it's not a
there's
Cyberpunk-
Even if it is fucked up, it's still.
You know they
winning game of
wanted
the year.
Cyberpunk. They gave it the award next year
Hey,
because
sure,
they were
Cyberpunk,
like, we
yeah.
wanted this game to win something.
Do you
No,
Yeah.
not remember what happened?
Cyberpunk didn't even get nominated for game of the year.
I know,
at
but
all.
the
Like,
next year they gave it
Following
a 2 years later, or whatever.
that best
They-
ongoing
The
game.
fucking GTA 5 came out. The shit wasn't even finished. And they were like, "Oh, this is our review and
Yeah.
process."
Yeah.
What they call that?
We're gonna review the online later, but this is
We'll
the
review it.
we'll-
They made
Oh
new
my
rules for that
God.
fucking game.
Adam Sessler
So-
like he like played all weekend long just so he could get the review out and
review
just
in
suck it.
progress.
God, he was all over that game's dick. Like,
Review in progress. Review in progress.
Relax.
Wow.
Now that happens all the time.
Relax.
Review in progress. Now that
It's
happens
gonna
like
get
all.
bad,
Now it happens
bro.
all the time
Did-
because they didn't want to look like, oh, they were just choosing that game when they were just choosing that game.
when
for
did the
review in
Game Awards
progress.
start? Like this new version.
2014.
What do you mean?
'Cause
Oh, this 14
What
years ago, this
GTA?
is it.
Which would have won? GTA 5 or The Last of Us that year though? If the Game Awards existed.
Well, actually, to be fair, the VGX, which was the right before, it was GTA 5 that won in 2013.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
GTA
yeah.
5 won
But
that
you
shit.
know what was nominated? Super Mario 3D World was
It
nominated.
was.
3D World was nominated.
It
yes.
was.
For Last of Us.
So Bayonetta
Wow.
2 was nominated at the Game Awards in 2014,
Yeah, it was. Actually, that's funny you bring this up.
and
This
then
is gonna be a
Smash
little
the
fuck-
next year. Or
This is
that
gonna
was
be kind of
Ultimate.
fucked up.
No, 20.
It was Ultimate was nominated the next year.
This is gonna be kind of fucked up for me to show, but I'm gonna show it anyway.
Bro, they missed on Indiana Jones though. God damn.
I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it anyway. Hold
I'm
on.
like I'm pressing the play button thinking this is
Yeah.
I got. Hold on.
The fuck?
not a single
Somebody
Xbox.
laughing. Is that just nominations, right?
That's just nominations, yeah,
Yeah, it's
For
just
Game of the Year.
nominations.
for game of the year.
But just let them go off.
Ori wasn't nominated?
Nah.
God damn.
Or was it? But it wasn't.
No.
Wait, what was that? 2020?
Probably
No,
not
no,
for Game
it
of the Year.
Wasn't. No.
Now Xbox games are really that bad, or there's something else going on.
To be fair, though, they
Come on
don't
now.
consider they're not counting Psychonauts 2, which I get. But Psychonauts 2 did get nominated for Game of the Year 2021.
They didn't even give Indy a chance. That game would have been in the conversation.
Maybe next year, man.
No, ain't nobody caring about no Indiana Jones next year.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna
Most-
care about no Indiana Jones.
They care about Smash. They care about.
I think
they get
Smash is the exception to that rule.
Smash
Coming
is
up.
the exception, and you know it. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Well, next year, I think Xbox will get nominated next year. You know why? Because maybe Fable, man.
It's terrible.
They like their.
That's
Wait,
if
they
it
got-
actually drops next year.
They got a few great
Terrible. I'm gonna stop.
out there.
I'm gonna stop. I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
go
they-
TikTok.
That's
maybe
cool.
Doom.
It's a crime though that if Ori and Ori and the Will of the Wisp
Yeah.
weren't even
Because
nominated.
those games were fantastic, and they would have been, even if you want to, it could have at least been your artsy fartsy picks. They always have those. They wouldn't even know. That's
Fartsy.
crazy.
Well, in 2020, I mean, it was pretty tough to get in because I mean,
What you said? I hate him. I hate you, dude. Shut up, man.
we just went over the list.
Damn.
That's a tough list to crack, for these guys. So if they're talking about colorful, they already got Animal Crossing.
Forza Horizon 5 or Forza Horizon 4 I think should have been nominated for sure in 2018. But
Well, Forza
again,
Horizon 5 was the highest rated game of the year, and it wasn't nominated. I was very
It's a card game.
yeah,
It is a car game.
that is a car
That's a
game. I'll give you that one.
No, that's a driving game. Driving / racing game.
Oh,
We're not
sorry,
saying
it's a
we're
driving
not
game.
giving one.
Yeah. You
But
drive in the car.
Mario
that
Kart.
was
Mario
one
Kart's
that
never been
I thought was
nominated
really
for
good.
Game of the Year.
No.
We
Family
haven't
game.
done a
maybe.
new one since
What are the
start.
Nintendo games? I wonder. Well, yeah, obviously since 2014, so it's not that far back.
That got nominated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
We
showed
got-
you the guy
Yeah,
who had a list.
I know. I wasn't
Wait,
really
we-
looking
wait,
at
hold
the
on. We can
Nintendo
even
ones.
say it. That was it.
Right.
2014 was Bayonetta. 2015 was Super Mario Maker. 2016 was
We didn't have anything in
nothing.
2016.
2017 Breath of the Wild and Odyssey.
And
Yeah.
2018 was nothing, right?
Yeah.
2019 was
2019
Smash.
Smash Ultimate. 2020 Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
2021 was Metroid
Dread.
Dread. 2022 was
Xenoblade.
I don't know if
Xenoblade, yeah.
Dread wasn't
2023
Game of the
was
Year.
Zelda and Mario Wonder. And
It
then
was nominated.
2024
It didn't
was
win.
nothing.
I forgot it was nominated.
Yeah.
Which one?
Dread.
No Sunset Overdrive in
Yeah,
that
Dread
bit
was-
nowhere.
Dread was nominated.
By the
No,
way, how'd
bro.
you get?
That's why I showed you that list where there was a bunch of X's for Xbox.
No
every year.
Sunset Overdrive nomination. Okay.
But 2025, man, there's gonna be a
It's gonna be Xbox this
Nintendo-
year.
It's gonna be a
That's what I'm talking about.
Nintendo
It's
nomination.
gonna be Xbox this year. Come on, obviously.
They'll be
Might
back.
couple-
Everything's an Xbox, Robert.
She'll
Nintendo
be
Switch
back.
is an Xbox.
She'll be back.
Who will
I
be
think.
back?
Look, I think we can
wife.
predict.
Another Querlo, she'll love me in the morning. Ain't that right, Frank?
I'll tell you what, yo, I bet you we could predict the actual
No, you
nominations.
can't. No, you
Sony,
can't.
Sony has the media.
You can't. I'm gonna
Nintendo
let you
has the
do it.
nostalgia fans. Xbox ain't got a damn thing. They got Halo.
Like,
The one thing they had was Halo, and they messed that up. So
how you fuck up your main IP though, dog?
God damn.
That's like fucking up Mario.
Well-
Like what?
They changed the name to Halo Studios, so
Nominated.
Woo! Whoop de doo! Can we get a good Halo game now?
I think they'll get it right now.
Because they know the choice.
Again, Halo.
Infinite.
I always call it
Infinite?
Halo 5. Halo Infinite is a
Damn.
great fucking game. The game itself is
That you
great.
forgot the name
The
of?
problem with Halo is that the multiplayer, all that shit also factors in. That's what everybody remembers. That's what everybody loves. And when you screw that up, people forget that the fucking campaign is
Mhm.
awesome. Like it felt like Halo for the first time since Halo 3.
well, watching Robert's back at the backlog, I think there's a lot of nostalgia glasses when it comes to Halo because it was amazing. But it started to drag at the end. You're going all the way back through the areas you already went through. The indoor sections were just annoying. I kept going the wrong way because I didn't remember which door. They all look the same.
They literally are the same.
And-
What did you play?
Look,
Master Chef? Master Chef.
No, the original.
Master Chief
Master
Collection.
Chef. Jesus.
Maybe
Master
they
Chief
addressed
Collection?
that in the remastered version, but like
Oh.
the game definitely. I
I
remember
was just
the
gonna say it's easier to tell with the remaster, but
banter
But
with
that's
Makes sense.
picking up the guys jumping in the warthogs and they're just making funny quips and
Yeah.
shit. Like I was loving that part of it. Shit was
I
fun.
like that
There was
part of it.
nothing like that back at that time. There was
nothing like
nothing
it.
like
Nothing
that.
like
Maybe on PC there was, but not on
There
consoles.
still really isn't that much. I mean, a lot of time people don't. Well, I mean, now they have full on conversations. If you
And then when you're the was it the flood that had the funny aliens, or was that the regular enemies, the little short guys
the
that
Covenant
would,
had the
Oh, you're talking about the,
Yeah, the Covenant.
Yeah, the Covenant will have the grunts and they'll run away.
Mhm.
grunts. Yeah, the grunts. They're hilarious.
yeah.
Yeah, they're actually very funny in Halo Infinite. In Halo Infinite,
That
you
game-
can-
Halo
they're
Infinite.
funny.
That's what I was saying. It felt like it was back to Halo. And
The original
However-
Halo was
however,
highly
Hey,
rated.
let me ask
Like,
you something. How do you feel about the open world in Halo Infinite? Like, how did you actually feel about that? I don't-
How did I feel? I liked it.
Because I honestly,
mean,
I was pretty disappointed by that aspect of it. Actually.
Really?
Like, it's all just green. There's no
I
variety.
was gonna
of
say,
locations.
right. That's the problem with it. It's not so much that it's open. It's the fact that there's like one biome. You know, it doesn't have the variety of that most Halo games have. And that was a
I thought-
complaint for everybody. Everybody had that complaint. So
Yeah, well, that's why when I was playing it, I literally this was like.
but I'm talking about
last
the
month.
feel of the weapons, the grunt, all
Oh, no,
that,
that was
stuff.
great. That was great. That was great.
All that felt like pure early Halo. It felt like the original stuff. So
But I just feel like they didn't quite know how to commit to an open world because even when
I
you
think
get to
they
the
ran out of
mission,
time.
when
I
you
think
get
they
to the
just had to get that
missions
bitch out.
Well, yeah, because
That's what-
when they get to the missions part, you end up going typically in a linear underground
Mhm.
area or whatever, which
Mhm.
I actually liked anyway. So
Well, I
but it
love
just-
the almost what is it? the what do they call those? Bandit camp. I love the bandit camp feel of it. So that's what I liked about the open world stuff. I could just run up on the area and I can go to work now, and that was fun to me.
There's
I like bandit camps in every fucking game.
Avatar's
So-
got those, and it's fun except for when they spot you, and then like the numbers overwhelm you. I'm like, I sneak. I'm 75% through this huge base stealth. I get seen, and then the alarms go off, and the reinforcements come, and then it just becomes a shootout for your life, you know. And it's like I like when I can stealth, pick my way through, and I pull it off.
Yeah,
but
that's what I liked about Horizon. That was one of my favorite things in Horizon, was the quote unquote bandit camps.
See, I think they're still in Forbidden West, but I feel like it's kind of more of a side, like less. It's even more of a side thing in the second game for me, because I replaying the original, the remaster, whatever. I was like, yeah, I forgot about the emphasis on taking out these encampments, and then in the sequel, I was doing it to try to 100% the game, and I think I got most of them. But yeah, I mean, that was probably the best part of Far Cry 3 was just getting a sniper
Far Cry
rifle and shooting a guy from way far away, watching them react when they couldn't find me.
Oh, what's going on? They don't know what's going on. Watching the bitches run one by one out inside the camp and get their ass poked. that shit is fun to me, bro. I love that shit. Oh, there she is. Run out there.
But
you couldn't quite do that in Far Cry 2, man. You get your ass shot like every single single. That was kind of annoying, actually.
I will say, like, just to wrap up the Astrobot thing, like, at one point early in the game, Trey was like, what do you think of it? I was like, this is a 10 out of 10. I love this game. Music's awesome. Every level's been cool. These power-ups change up the game. And by the end, I was like, it's still the same. I still feel good about the game, but it's pretty much still the same game by the end. Like, I never expected it to evolve greatly, and not every game has to. But like Robert summed it up, it's the best, like, simplistic 3D platformer of all time, or maybe the ones that I've played. Not everybody would think that, but I say, yeah, it's a simplistic platformer. You know, like, there's a lot of cool stuff. It's really well made. It's really inventive, but there's times where it kind of does play itself, where it's almost like a rhythm game where you just have to time your jumps. There's a lot of things you hit and it auto targets. You know, they're not relying on physics for you to hit a ball into an enemy. If you hit it, it's gonna hit where it wants, like where you're supposed to hit. Like, there's a lot of automatic stuff in there, but then there's some really challenging stuff, and it's almost like there's some big spikes in difficulty on some of these challenge levels.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Did you see that video where, I don't know what it's called. I want to call it like Astrobot versus Nintendo or something. And they just show like Astrobot doing something and Mario Galaxy doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then like Zelda and all kinds of shit. I was like, damn.
It's definitely a smorgasbord of ideas.
Pretty close.
But it did. I'm fine with that because
he
at
didn't
least
give a shout out on stage.
Yeah, that's it. They gave the flowers. That's all I'm saying. They gave the flowers.
I thought it was weird that he couldn't say Nintendo. I thought that was strange.
Yeah, because it's a Game
Well,
Awards.
I mean,
it's like
it's brain loyalty. Shh, be quiet.
That's a little weird. I found that to be weird, but okay.
Mark
I
Cerny
want
was like,
PlayStation's like, don't say their name. Do not say their name.
Mark Cerny was like, don't you do it.
yeah, they weren't trying to. It wasn't like they're trying to get away with something, but they did.
No, they
there
weren't
is
hiding
unique
it.
things in that game.
Until they were hiding it when they couldn't say
Yeah.
Nintendo on stage. I was like, okay.
There's a
strange.
couple
But I thought it
unique
was
things in that game.
Nice the way they did it, though.
Like the
They-
There's another
sponge.
company over in Kyoto that we like
Yeah,
to
yeah.
think.
They can say Super Mario Brothers. That's what I don't
Yeah.
get. How can
It's
you
the
say?
Super Mario Brothers. Like, bro, you already said Super Mario Brothers. We
Listen,
know
Mark
what's going
Cerny
on.
only allows certain things. Okay.
Robert, you know the sponge power up that's only in one level. Well, it's in a portion in that Christmas level. I've never seen anything like that in a game. That was like a
Very cool.
Yeah, the Minish Cap is the only other game I can think of where you shrink down and go into in the environment and have completely different perspective. But it's still cool to see that in like a 3D platformer. Like it's.
I think Mark Cerny was a little mad. He was like, "Damn, all I had to do was copy some Mario for Knack, and y'all would have gave me my flowers."
Exactly.
That's cause messed
Yeah,
up.
I
I
do
was trying
like
to do
how,
something original, you motherfuckers.
I do like that though. I think the speech was really nice, and I think it was very respectful. Like how they talked about it, and just the way that like, yes, it's PlayStation and all that, but let's be for real. It's like there was someone making platforms before us, and he goes, I had a Super
I,
Mario.
I just thought it was weird. It's like you basically said it. Just say it. Like, are you gonna get
Mhm.
fired? Like,
Apparently,
what's going on here?
maybe. But if you
Then
notice, he said,
Nintendo will hire
if you
him.
notice, he did say, he said,
Right, they'll be good to go.
he said, I didn't plan this. I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it. Did you see? He turns around and says, I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
And he's like, and Herman Holtz is sitting in the audience like, you better not say that shit.
Who's my
And
man?
so,
Who's,
if you notice, they did say, that they've been innovating.
Lego
with-
Horizon, bitch. That's what you better say. Lego
Damn.
Horizon.
That game like the reviews for that game are pretty bad.
Ooh, they didn't even buy it on Switch.
Lego
Lego
Horizon.
Horizon.
I've listened to about 6-7 reviews completely. I mean,
What's the sales
YouTubers
of
and
it?
stuff, and they're just like, man, this level design is so basic. It's so boring. It's so repetitive. It's like, yeah, visually looks great, and it's cool
And
at first, but
some Lego games are like that, but you think if you take a property like Horizon,
you'd hope they
do
would.
something original with the shit. Like,
Not only that, but you know that Guerrilla Games also did have a hand in making it. They developed it.
yeah,
So like, it
that's the
wasn't
sad
just
part. It's like y'all
that's
helped,
the weird thing.
and this is what
It's
you
your
put
own
out.
IP, your own IP. And it's a little
Yeah,
weird.
I mean,
I just played Star Wars, the Skywalker Legacy. That shit was amazing. Like, what the?
Yeah, I
what's
heard that
this-
is fantastic. I'm
It's
actually
great.
gonna play it pretty soon. Pretty soon.
The Skywalker Saga.
Yeah, the Skywalker
It's
Saga.
fantastic. It's one of the best Lego games I ever played. It's up there with Lego City Undercover, my friends.
I want
It's
to know
really
what the
good.
skills are like, but I can't imagine it does very good because I don't know. Horizon is just one of those games that for some reason sold a lot, but I just don't hear people like raving about it.
Yeah, a lot
Tease
of time- I love Horizon. A lot of times it sells a lot when that bitch hits $30. That's when that bitch really starts to sell.
Well, it
I'm
was
just- let's
that
just be honest.
bundles and all that, So
Yeah.
it was that all that.
Technically beautiful game. I love the the
Sure.
gameplay loops and shit. But I can understand why it's not the. But they make it seem like that bitch is like God of War and shit.
no matter
They
what,
got it for $40 now.
the problem with
Horizon.
Horizon, I'm replaying obviously the remaster. It looks gorgeous, and I'm giving a little more. I'm not like going main story to main story. I'm just taking my time exploring.
Oh, you got the remaster?
It was
the
$10 upgrade, but I was
I
like,
was gonna ask, is it an upgrade? I thought it was a completely different.
no, it's
build and shit.
they just put the closer to the Forbidden West character model, and then otherwise it's improved lighting and the textures look cleaner. But I don't think they reworked. They didn't rework the whole game or anything. They just
The game is already fucking beautiful.
it looks
so,
great, and I'm like, I played this game obviously in 2017, and I played the DLC years later. I have no idea at any point. I never know where I am on the map. There's no identifiable other than like that one tower, like I don't know if that's in Meridian or near Meridian. It's like I have no idea where I am. I look on the
Meridian,
map,
yeah.
and I'm like, that's where I am. Like I have no idea where I am. There's no way to just easily identify where you are at by just looking around. Like that's what
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild did so well. Is it just like you knew?
Witcher 3 is the same way. Well, I don't know the fuck I'm at.
Yeah, I'm like I'm just
Yeah, all this
lost.
shit looks the
I'm
same.
constantly lost, and it's just like I don't know how you solve that because if you're on ground level and there's trees around, you're not gonna be able to see. So Nintendo
Right.
just has a lot of high points, and there's not a lot of
There's
not a lot of foliage.
Right.
There's areas where you get in the woods, yeah, and it feels like you're in the wood, like you're in a dense wooded area. But most of the game, you can see the castle almost at any point, and that's why Tears of the Kingdom throws me off so much. I'm expecting the castle to be in one spot and it's behind me, and it's for whatever reason. But yeah, Horizon, I'm just like I have no idea where I am. This area, it looks great. The sunrise looks amazing. I'm at my first tall neck. It's still cool. I still love watching the tall necks walk around from the ground, just looking at everything that moves, and it's still impressive. But I have no idea where I am. Like it's a to me that's a flaw with a lot of those type of games. Not a
I
huge
would
flaw,
say it
but
doesn't matter as much for whatever reasons in those games that it does for Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. It seems like that aspect doesn't. It's not emphasized for one, obviously, the landmarks and all
that's
that kind
why
of
they
stuff.
need the yellow flag to tell you where to go,
Right.
because otherwise you constantly get lost.
Yeah.
I
just
do
wanna
turn it
say
off
real-
though. I don't have the little footsteps on. I just have the flag at the quest in so I know which direction to go and not exactly how to get there. But what were you saying, Robert?
I just want to say real quick that I was, looking up Lego Horizons Adventures Day. So I didn't notice that literally, I mean, it has the Lego, but it's not like developed by the Lego developers at all. It's literally
all?
Guerrilla Games. No, it's Guerrilla. It's Guerrilla. However you say Guerrilla, isn't it Guerrilla Games? No, it's Guerrilla.
Well,
Is
maybe
the
that's
name.
the problem.
Yeah, Guerrilla Games, and then Studio Gobo, which I'm looking up. Studio Gobo.
They're
looks
probably
like
the
it
one that
might
did
be-
most of it. I'm guessing
It
Gorilla.
might be a Sony developer, which I never heard of them, to be honest with you. But they're probably gonna unfortunately shut down in that
I
case.
I saw like Sony fans fucking jumping for joy that the game bombed and didn't do well.
I didn't
It's
know
like
though
they were
that
happy
I thought there was like a
Because
development between Guerrilla
because it's
Games
multi-plat.
and the what was it TT, which is
TT
Travelers,
Games. Yeah, Travis.
yeah,
Tales.
whatever. Yeah, what they typically do, but I guess it was Guerrilla Games and someone else.
Yeah, because I was like,
So
no, this.
well,
I was thinking it could be.
Oh, that's even weirder.
I was hoping it was going to be the exception to the rule of Lego games because they were working on it, that they would find a way to make it feel like Horizon, but in a Lego setting, which everyone agreed looks gorgeous. Switch and even on Switch, PS5 especially, it just looks stunning. But when all you hear is like, yeah, it's just boring, repetitive, basic level design over and over and over, and it's like,
well,
God.
outside of Lego City Undercover, which had its own identity because it did the whole like 80s action movie thing.
Mhm.
So that was at least had that trope. But outside of that, the properties that use Lego and do Lego games, they're very like very well-known characters, and you can understand the sarcasm in the story with the Lego sarcasm when they do that kind of stuff with the characters. But it's like, who knows who Aloy is? Like nobody. Like I played the 2 games, well, 1.5 game, and I still don't really know who she is. Like she doesn't have that type of character that you can exploit in a Lego game.
That comedic character
Right.
version of her they're going for in that game. It's like, I mean, it's just kind of weird.
It's weird. It's awkward.
But
You can do that shit with Luke and Leia, and you can make little jokes because we have all this pop culture
Mhm.
about them for all the 40 years of pop culture, 50 years of pop culture with them. You don't have that with Horizon. There's no compelling characters in that game. Well, I love the game, but there's no like compelling side characters or anything like that
yeah.
in those games.
More so, I felt the second game improved upon that, not like tenfold or anything, but I was like, I care more about these characters this time because you do interact a lot more with the main side characters.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. I'm just saying, like overall,
Because I started Forbidden West and I'm like, her companion at the beginning of the game, apparently I forgot all about him and his sister, and like I'm like, how do I know these people? He's talking about his sister. I don't remember. And then you run into her and she's like, oh, I haven't seen you. I'm like, I don't remember this character at all from the first game. And now that I'm playing the first game, they're like right away.
they're right there, right?
It's
At
like
the beginning, yeah.
I was like, wow, but it was
remember
years later between the games. So I guess we talked about the game of the year. We didn't really talk about anything else yet. I can't believe it's 8:22 already.
I think it was actually pretty damn solid.
How'd you feel about the arcane 4-minute music thing? Did you watch that?
Oh, I did skip that. That was like the one thing. That was the one thing I
liked it. I liked it. I don't even watch Arcane. I liked
I
it.
didn't watch that shit though.
I skipped the musical performances.
The
Other
part
than
I
Snoop
wanted
Dogg.
you to make fun of was
The only one I heard was Snoop Dogg's. To be honest with you. Other than that, I kind of
well,
skipped.
he dropped a new album and I went to go listen to that, so I was Gucci.
Yes, but my thing was I was like, all right, I'm gonna just real quick because I'm like, one, I don't know if they're gonna show Arcane spoilers by any chance, and I know I'm
They
gonna watch
didn't.
the show. So
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
they did.
So I just
That would
gonna
be-
skip
that
It
would
was
be
just
bullshit.
music, man.
It was
Just enjoy the music.
they
bro.
showed a lot of season 1 shots, not
Was it?
video, and just images of a character. as they played
Gotcha.
certain. But Sandstorm, did you watch the Game Awards? Oh, you're muted. That's why we probably haven't heard you in a while.
Because I literally was just like,
Dude, I was like, he's just not.
Was not listening. No, I liked because you guys were talking about the music piece. The only music piece I really listened to was the like build up to the game of the year. Because my man switched his instrument like 5 or 6 times.
My man showed off.
I didn't see
He was
that.
getting it.
He showed off.
He was getting it, man.
Yeah.
He is moving into legendary status.
I love it, man. Every time people in the chat were like, "Flute God, let's get it."
Yeah, he was putting in that work. I don't like the disrespect that the Keytar man, that the focus.
He wanted the smoke though. He wanted the smoke.
Guitar always get disrespect, bro.
Hey, fuck him. He tried to step on Flute Man's style, bro. We don't take that in these streets.
So what one family game just randomly saw the last?
Astrobot.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which makes no sense. You say
It does make sense.
If it was nominated, then it makes
yeah,
that
no,
it needed to
if it
win.
was nominated, yes.
Hey, I will give it that. That logic won in
Yeah,
the Game Awards.
It
That
was
logic finally won.
consistent. It was consistent. But
How can you be the best? How can you be Game of the Year and not win this category? Like, that,
unless there's
we're
two from the
consistent.
same, like best director, game director. I was surprised to see, I guess, that one, but
that's a little different though.
Yeah, best game direction. Yeah, was it game direction? That was
game
Astrobot.
direction.
How'd you feel about my man Stutton? I never remember his name, but he's like, talking about his game. Like, hold on. Take a look at my family.
Real quick.
Take a look at my family.
The Takes Two guy. It Takes Two guy.
Yeah, he's
Those
something
two
else.
guys-
He's like the main two characters, the base of my daughters. Cameraman, move the camera. Some of the cute ass daughters in the stand.
I love that guy, man. I love
He
that
was
guy.
so. I'm like, every time he shows up, he has more and more power, and it cracks
Yeah.
me up. The game looks good, mind you. The game he was showed off was amazing. But it won my heart.
Cocaine
But
is a hell of a drug.
oh, true. But it was still nice that in the middle of all that, he was like, "My daughter's over there. Go, cameraman, move the camera."
Robert, if you ever want me to play one of those games from that guy, you're gonna have to play it co-op with me because I'm not.
He said he can't do it without you.
I need somebody to play it.
Robert, you the man. You the wind beneath his wings, bro.
I would have played. It Takes Two with one of you guys if you were serious about it.
Well, yeah.
It takes two to make the thing go right.
I guess.
Hey, watch it.
You played it with Retro, or Retro played it with.
Cool down.
Hey,
You don't need no copyright strikes.
hey, but you knew exactly what I was going into.
Of course.
This I've been thinking about this,
Rob
and even
Bass.
after
Yes,
after
sir.
watching the game awards, I think it's about that time that Keeley kind of moves into more of a director or
Producer
position. Yeah, unless somebody else.
I will give
He's not
him.
good at hosting that shit at all.
No, he's not.
I'll give it, but listen, I'll give him a little bit more credit this year because he had those Muppets make fun of him throughout.
Man,
the whole
they ate him alive. I don't
But
know.
see,
I don't know if
That
he was
takes-
ready for
yeah,
that.
that's
but
good.
I respected the referential humor. They took
Yeah.
the two
He did
roasting
a Kojima
Muppets.
joke. He did a Kojima joke. I was very surprised. at that.
Really?
Yeah, I was very surprised. I didn't think he'd do it.
He literally says, did you know that he's friends with Kojima? And then they laugh. He's like, does Kojima know that he's friends with me?
That's pretty good.
I give him credit. He took more shots than
I was
himself.
like, yo, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't actually. I mean, I skipped through just to the trailers.
Oh, you
I
missed all the Muppet
I didn't miss the
sections,
Muppet
man.
stuff.
I'm gonna
yeah.
watch a video
Yeah.
that cuts together all the Muppet
Yeah,
shit. That's
exactly.
The Muppet shit is so good. It was so I gave him more. That's why I said I give him more credit overall.
So
I'm
what
like,
won for best music?
Final Fantasy,
Okay.
which was to me isn't a fair thing. You mean the game that has a huge legacy and iconic?
Well, I
music
installed the
won?
game today, this
Hey.
morning, and while I was listening to
That's fucked though.
while I was installing, I was listening to the music as you hover over the game. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good music.
You're talking about fair, and you're talking about the Game of the Year awards
Yeah.
that allowed a fucking
I'm just.
DLC to be
And Silent Hill 2,
and
you
Silent
know.
Hill 2.
I
like
get
you can
it.
just
But it got that was the only award Final Fantasy 7 got. I said fine. If that's the only one you're gonna get, whatever.
that was some sympathy shit.
Hey, listen,
I was-
I'm scared. You know,
I
I
think
was
Stellar
surprised.
Blade
This
was.
is gonna win best RPG.
Say what?
Metaphor was gonna win best RPG. That was
Oh,
always
I'm
gonna
fine.
happen.
I mean, that's fine. I have no
Always,
issues with
you
that.
know? That's what I'm
Ooh,
saying. Like other than that, like I don't know if they
Metaphor?
had it in, like, any other. Yeah, Metaphor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Metaphor.
easily gonna. That was easily gonna win.
That was like
The-
best RPG.
what I was
So was
concerned
there any
about-
weird people show up on stage or anything? The last couple years has been some weird
No.
shit
To be honest,
happening.
Harrison
not
Ford was drunk.
really.
Harrison
Bellatrix
Ford
get
was
anything?
drunk. Huh?
Bellatrix.
Snoop showed
Oh,
up.
I won like a lot. It won a
However,
lot,
however,
actually.
however, did you guys see the very
Yeah, the
beginning
guy
when
he
was
thought was
like,
calling him up, and he was just
that
saying,
was hilarious. I felt so
Oh,
bad.
the
for
guy
him.
the guy behind the PlayStation, the
Yeah,
original
Q-
PlayStation,
Oh my god, see, I'm now.
where
fucking-
Jeff pointed him out, and he thought he was supposed to get up
Yeah,
on
I wanna
in
say
the
it
front
right.
stage, and so he's
Kuragi?
walking to the front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kuragi. Yeah, I don't want
Kuragi was
to.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was.
remember
He was.
30th anniversary, T.
Bro,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
it was hilarious.
You think there's a
He goes-
miscommunication?
He tried to get up on the stage, and they had to block him.
He calls him
What?
out.
What?
Yeah, because he wasn't
meant
supposed to
go
get up.
He wasn't
Jeff
meant to
was
go
just
up.
acknowledging him, and he thought he was supposed to get up on the stage.
He said, "You special, but you ain't that special."
yeah.
The
That
only-
It was
so
so
bad.
awkward.
it was so big. They cut the camera to like a different
Shout
shot
out to
because of
King
it.
Kuragi.
We gotta show it.
Oh.
But the
Uh,
funny, the other thing, the other thing that was funny,
That's painful, man. I don't know if I want to watch that.
I don't know if I want to see it either.
it's kind of awkward. It is kind of
You know who
awkward.
King Kuragi is?
I will say the
Awkward.
30th anniversary themes and stuff on PS5 are pretty cool.
He's the godfather of
I don't know if
PlayStation.
Terrell,
He's
if
the
you've
one that-
noticed those.
He's the
Yeah,
one
I
that
did.
convinced. He's the one that convinced Nintendo to put Sony sound chips in the Super Nintendo. He was like,
Mhm.
"Man, yeah, I love the NES, but the audio is dog shit."
You ain't got no bass, dog.
He's like, how about you let us design your sound chip for the next console? And
Don't do
he was
this.
the one that
Oh.
got.
Don't do this.
Oh.
Don't do this, Robert.
He's trying not to
Hey,
look
you're-
at him.
you're-
Robert, no.
How long-
Listen to this. Listen to this.
Oh, wait, I
listen to
gotta
this.
unmute it. Oh, wait, yeah.
What?
Well, he's welcoming him.
Oh, he should have said it that way.
Yeah, he did. Say
Well,
that.
I don't know if
said
he
it
could
that way.
understand.
He gets up. He gets up.
Oh
And
no!
watch
No,
it,
no,
watch
sit
it,
down.
watch it.
No.
Oh, oh, and they cut the camera too.
Yeah, he didn't even look at him either. He's reading the teleprompter.
And he just showing this.
She looked great. I like.
Oh
she's
my
crazy
lord!
Why you had it? What?
You can see
Well,
that
he
he's
said
stopping
it.
him.
Yeah, he want to welcome.
That brother was like, "Should I do something here?"
Aw.
Don't let anybody up. I said, don't let anybody up. He said, don't let anybody up. I'm not letting you up. Yeah, I was hoping you'd go to the end. I wanted to see them.
I wanted
accept
you to show
award
the
for-
Harrison Ford clip, which was really
for
bad, where Harrison Ford forgot his
for,
lines and was
Fallout.
looking at the teleprompter.
Well, he is like 88 years old.
They just even took him out here though, dog. I'm like, bro, why are you still acting? Go sit down somewhere, please, and thank you.
Well, I will say that I do think the whole
Oops.
when it's like two actors come
No, I
up and
think
they
he's like
start
82.
doing a skit, I think it's a little awkward.
Yeah, what was with the
talking.
one girl's playing Abby? I think on
Yeah.
the show
Like,
that
it's two Dinas, two Dinas.
He's like
I
a
believe.
big.
the other
part
one
of the new
voiced
Marvel.
her or something in the game.
Yeah, a little awkward. a little
Yeah.
awkward.
That was there. I mean, some of those are some funny
It was
dad
bad.
jokes, but
That was
yeah.
bad.
well, she said something
was
about the
awkward,
bra and then
awkward.
something
Yeah,
busty
he's
there,
82.
and I'm like, this isn't funny. They're not getting laughs. That just makes it awkward.
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to be like that awkward humor.
But not everybody's good at delivering jokes like that, you know.
Wait,
Like,
this
Yeah,
math
but also,
and
like,
mathing.
you know when it's scripted and it's just
Yeah.
it's awkward. It's
Yeah,
awkward.
it just doesn't sound
he's-
natural.
It says he's 82, but he.
Also, how about this? Actually,
Harrison Ford?
Let me
Yeah, Harrison
Yeah.
Ford.
he was 82 10 years ago.
That's
Also,
crazy.
you know what? Here's another thing that was awkward is they need to tell these people where to go when they get the award.
Afterwards.
Yeah, there were a couple of people.
No one
who
knew where to
struggled
go.
with
Every
it.
single person like go
Yeah,
the other
some
way.
of them
and be
that
like,
genuinely look confused.
it's so
some
Well, I
of them
awkward.
think
generally-
they don't want to. They want people to be surprised, so they don't tell them.
Well, no, they could tell the
ahead of time.
presenters.
You guys, but they're the ones also sitting there for 3 hours. They can't see where they're
Well,
going.
tell the
every single
presenter,
time.
say, hey, make sure they go this way or something.
I mean, they
No.
push
Yeah.
them. in
You
that
come up on
direction.
stage this way,
Did
keep walking. the
Melina
same way.
Jurgensen won for best performance again for Hellblade for Cinema.
Yeah, well, damn, Aries, why you had to do it like
Oh,
that?
Robert
man?
looked like he froze for a second.
Did it? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
Oh, here it goes. Here it
alive,
goes.
man. He just forgot
He
to
was
breathe.
concentrating.
He was just staring
He
at
forgot
something.
to
with a-
breathe for a second. Leave him
He's
alone,
sick.
bro.
This
He's
is
staring at
also
something and wasn't
this is
breathing.
also kind of weird. This was weird. So
Let me see if I know who that is.
Oh,
That's Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
You don't know who that is?
That's Laura Bailey, right?
Tyrell, you saw this, right? They get like really close to
Yeah,
each
they were
other,
like face to
really-
face. I did see this.
No, but look at
You
it.
know who she's
They get-
standing next to?
No, but
Her
like they
husband?
get like
I don't
really
know.
close.
I know who he is. I just don't know why they're standing next to each other. They're in a game.
Look at this. They're like.
Yeah, they were in the game. They're both.
I
in
think
the
they're
game.
about to make out.
I like Laura Bailey, so I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna put
she seems pretty good.
Look at that.
She took a lot of shit for playing Abby.
I'm like, damn, yo.
Well, that's because it's.
I watched her in
Fucking
like
character.
tears. They were doing a documentary on it. She was like in tears talking about it.
But they're like, awkward.
I don't
Got
know.
a
It was not
massive head.
awkward. It's awkward for everyone else.
What's his
I don't
name?
think
Aaron.
I don't think it was awkward for them.
Yeah, I
No,
don't.
no,
I didn't relate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a giant head. That
Well, what was it? Gal Gadot staring at Chris Pine.
oh, Chris Pine. Yeah.
Was that like when they were up presenting
was,
awards?
She was pining for Chris.
Look
Pine.
that up, Robert. That shit's funny.
That interview?
I don't know if it was an interview or they were presenting something. Just
That
look
was
up
an interview.
Also-
I thought.
Wait for
What was
what?
that?
Gal
Stuff
Gadot just like
for-
lusting after Chris Pine while he was talking.
There's a video that shows like co-stars thirsting for each other. Or, yeah, I saw it in that video.
We got off the.
I will
rails.
say that it has the same, like,
Yeah, this has nothing to do with video.
So I
games.
gotta, I gotta see this.
I mean, one thing I thought you were gonna bring up was I thought you were gonna bring up the Naughty Dog announcement. Come on.
Naughty
come
Dog.
on.
Look, I know some people were down on it, but look, bro, it's
It
Naughty
looked
Dog.
bad.
I don't care who it is.
I don't even.
That's a
I'm not
CGI
even-
or a cinematic trailer. I have
Yeah,
no idea.
listen,
Like,
it's, I don't
It
have a
looked bad.
problem with the with. I don't have a
Yeah.
problem with the game itself. My problem was with all the branding that was slapped on top of the trailer, like
I didn't see it.
This was like
with,
two.
with Porsche and Adidas.
Porsche?
and-
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm like, why? Why are you doing that?
My
That's
issue-
You
weird.
didn't see the
That's- I'm a
big
little bit-
Porsche spaceship she was driving? You didn't see that?
I was
I'm
watching on
the
my
opposite.
phone. I didn't.
I'm the opposite.
Uh-huh.
They were like, this
That-
game's been in development since 2020, and then all you showed me was a CGI trailer that looked boring as shit.
Yeah, that they. I compared it to Concord for one reason. We don't know this character. We don't know the person she's talking to. I don't care about their witty banter when you don't know these
Their
characters.
banter.
It was no
It
winter
means
banner.
nothing.
That's my other problem.
And
It
then,
wasn't any winter banner. It was just
yeah, it
like,
wasn't that. But I,
Show me the world. Show me.
I don't.
Right.
I'm
Wow.
sorry. I don't that aesthetic. I don't care any. It felt like they were going for like
it
an
looked generic as
'80s,
fuck.
like an
I'm
'80s
so-
cyberpunky kind of like
Yeah,
music.
and that was
I
part
wasn't
of my
feeling
problem.
any
It's
of
like,
it.
You got a whole new game once again, and you have this merchandising on your stuff, and we already talked about how expensive it is to make these games already, and now you're trying to pay other companies to throw in their stuff on top of that, like.
We also got like some Sony branded stuff too, which I thought was hilarious.
Well, they
but
always
wow.
do that.
I don't
Well,
care.
mean, that's fine. I would have been.
The
I think I
branded
might
stuff
have-
doesn't really bother me much. I just thought the game looked.
It just
Here's
stuck
my-
out a
here-
couple times. A couple times it was like all up in your face. Like,
Yeah, it's
really?
weird for a game to have like.
Yeah, a couple
Unless
times
that's.
it is.
I
like
mean,
that.
Sony probably needs the money at this point. I would say.
My problem is that the game doesn't look interesting. It's just
It don't look
CGI.
interesting.
And here's the thing. Naughty Dog is pretty known for some iconic characters and design.
Maybe
right?
I end up liking the character at the end of the day,
I'm
but
not even
in this
fuck
trailer, I'm just judging the
You
trailer.
know what
character
really
looks
pissed me off?
My problem is that the character looks bad when you compare it to like a Last of Us or an Uncharted. Like there's nothing about the character that looks interesting. And then at the very end, when you're about to get to some combat,
You cut it.
the fucking
And
trailer.
it's-
You know what really made me mad in this whole trailer? I put it on my
Anybody
video
like-
because
anybody
I had the person. It's
Rule
a
two
personal
like that.
gripe, right? Because I'm the only person here who has no hair. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When she's cutting her hair the wrong way with the blade facing her head, I'm like, what are you doing? Like she's just full going at it, and I'm like, the blade is the wrong way. Like who cuts their hair that way?
It wasn't a mustache trimmer
I
style
did
thing,
find it
wasn't it?
funny when she was going like that. And it was already done. Like you're.
But
done.
anyway.
You don't have
Yeah,
to-
like,
Here's-
the dumbest thing.
Here's the thing that
Pain.
Look,
beyond the
for me-
trailer.
For me,
All right, go ahead.
for me, it's Naughty Dog. I don't even mind.
No one gets a
have
pass
nothing-
from me.
They've done nothing wrong for me, man. Dude, it does. They have a track record where I'm like, sure, this initial trailer, I'm not like excited, but I'm there.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
just
say
saying,
I'm not saying oh my god this game's gonna suck. I'm saying this trailer did nothing
It's a
for me.
bad first showing. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Well, here's
It's a
the
bad
other
first
thing.
showing.
Joseph Ferris' next game, which was
Neil
split
Druckmann will watch his shit. That's all I'm
Whatever
gonna say.
it is, which obviously that was a great trailer though. Don't get me wrong, that was obviously great. But what if he announced his next game?
TT ready to cut that shit out.
You know, dude,
Yeah,
that's
but
like with anything. What
You
are
can
talking
be
about?
you can be like, all right, I'm
Druckmann is getting
confident.
exposed.
I'm confident in the studio's game, but
What are
you can't just look
talking
at the trailer on its own merit.
I'm
And
picking up.
you
The
can't
point-
look at
the
the trailer
point-
on its own merit and just say, yeah, that trailer didn't
Yeah, the point
do
you
anything
should,
for me.
the main point is it's a bad first.
If it
showing.
wasn't Naughty Dog, how do you view that trailer?
Shut the you don't cut this shit out. I swear to God.
What do you mean?
I'm just saying I'm just saying Robert needs to acknowledge
And
it's a bad first showing.
so the character
just
has
saying- I'm just saying, Naughty Dog needs a little bit more Amy Hennig up in this motherfucker. Because Neil Druckmann to me is getting exposed. To me, that's what's happening.
see,
for me.
I can't take the
Everybody
I can't.
loved Last of Us 2, right? Everybody loves
That's what I'm
that
saying.
game.
You know, watch Neil Druckmann. He gonna be on
I
that
do love
bullshit
that.
again.
A lot of people did love it, but yeah,
Of
it's
course, I'm not-
controversial.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying people didn't love it. What I'm saying is,
Not
people
everybody
had
loved it.
issues. A lot
Yeah.
of people
Problem
had
with him,
issues.
it's the more polarizing game.
Right.
I give him credit in his
And I had issues with Uncharted 4.
Oh,
the
and
end.
especially the end of that motherfucker.
Yeah, the
it
end
seemed
was-
like Amy left the building by the time they got to the last
Everything
boss.
else about that game I liked better than any others, but the thing that has me
Agreed.
concerned, you show a character with the sword. What is Naughty Dog's track record gameplay wise, other
It don't
than
matter. I
shooting?
don't have a problem with that.
Like,
Do something else.
yeah,
It's
I'm
not
glad
like-
they're doing something
Yeah.
else, but I'm saying they don't have a. Are they making an action?
I
Are
don't
they going
know.
to try to compete with a Souls game? Are
How-
they going to make an action game? Like,
You're not being fair. You're not being fair because before they did Uncharted, what credentials did they have for Uncharted?
That's true.
Crash Bandicoot.
even
All
though
right? So I'm gonna give them. I'm gonna give them a pass, or I'm gonna give them room for that.
I think the first
'Cause-
Uncharted was pretty, flawed from its gameplay
Okay,
standpoint. But yeah,
well,
they've had.
It's Uncharted. A lot of people love that game, and I'm more of an Uncharted 2 dude. That was my favorite of the series, but a lot of people love Uncharted 2 the most. But so I can give them a pass for that because they do different genres and they seem to do pretty well doing different genres. So I'm giving them a pass for that. But as far as like you said, as a trailer,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
it should move me. You're giving me everything I like. You give me
Mhm.
some cyberpunk. You give me some space shooting and all. Like that's
Sure.
that's me. That's my stuff. And for me not to be moved by it, I'm like,
I
that's
also,
what worries me.
got like
There's
Stranger
nothing-
Things
there's
vibes
nothing
from
to
like the
grab you.
music.
That's my issue.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
nothing in the trailer that grabs anybody. What do you
Yeah.
grab?
And
by?
if you listen
You
to
can't go,
him,
oh, you don't.
And
see
it
anything.
can still be awesome. I'm not saying that at all, based on it's a trailer. It could still be an awesome game.
I'm just saying it's a
hoping
bad
it
first
is,
showing. That's all I'm.
but it's not a great showing. Right.
I get it.
for
I get
a
it.
Naughty Dog game that's been in development for 4 years, and
For
this
sure.
is the first time we see it.
Right.
You don't get no gameplay. You get kind of a lackluster CGI trailer, and by the time you get to some combat in the trailer, it cuts.
I get it.
Yeah, you're just
I
like-
get it.
I'll give it. I agree, but
For a Naughty Dog game, that's kind of crazy.
I
have
felt the
that.
same way about Returnal's first trailer. Like, what the hell? We don't know who is this person. What kind of game is this? They showed no gameplay, and then the first time I saw gameplay, I was like, holy shit, I gotta get a PS5. So
Yeah,
And then
but
ended up being-
their previous game was Resogun.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
holy shit! Like that's what you should be like. Oh
When
my
they
God.
announce their next game, if it's just a CG trailer where I have no idea what's
I'm
going
there.
on, I'm gonna be disappointed though. And in the trailer, I'm like, I'm looking forward to seeing what the game is, but that's not what I want in a trailer. By the way, I've had this queued up for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna.
Well, yeah, when you talk about
You
like
can
a
share
horror
this.
trailer, like the trailer itself, whatever. But like as for
You can
like,
be excited
you know,
that
like,
Naughty Dog's.
You can get
game,
you can get
but
if it's a new.
I'm just looking at the
new
trailer. Look at
Naughty Dog
this.
game,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Look at her.
It
She
is,
caught
it is.
herself.
for sure.
biting the lip. Does her husband know?
She caught herself to watch.
Is she married?
Look at. And she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh shit, wait,
What's
I'm on
children?
camera. Come on, don't slow down this much.
Yeah, it's
You
really
see her
slowed down.
face. You
Oh,
see her face.
yeah.
Realize, oh shit.
And their chemistry in the movies
Look at her
is undeniable. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
got great chemistry.
That's
So
God. She's a beautiful woman.
she is good.
Absolutely.
I see it again in full speed just because it's
It's
just
funny because
You're trying to have a conversation and not look at him.
It's like, oh
You're
shit.
like, dang, I got caught looking.
Oh my god.
That's so good.
He's like, oh, I forgot where I was.
That's so good.
That's great.
But
But-
other than
but
that,
also, there was other like a lot
Ninja
of,
Gaiden
you know,
trailer looked. I mean, not super excited, but that looked cool. Okami coming back with Hideki Kamiya.
Tommy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
excited about
big,
that.
but that could be next gen. You know, that could be PS6.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That would
That's
be sad.
2028.
Capcom had
Century looked like it was fun.
Onimusha.
Onimusha's coming
Oh yeah,
back.
Onimusha.
Project
Those are good
Century.
ones.
Project Century.
Project
looked
Century
interesting
looked
to me.
legit. That looked like, if that's what the game actually turns out to be, that was like that Watch Dogs first trailer. Like, holy shit, that's like
I don't remember Project Century.
It was the
it's
They always, that's like the game,
Gotta
man.
look it
That's
up.
it's kind of Yakuza, but like almost like a
RTGs that-
fixed
nice.
third person camera with like some rain, and he's like kung fuing people. I was like, damn, that
I don't
looks.
think it's gonna be a fixed camera. I think they're just trying to do it for like
Yeah,
cinematic
from
effects.
the-
1915s
But
era.
that combat style where he's like grabbing these other two objects and that shit looks. Can't wait.
19 who?
1915s.
Oh.
That looks awesome. I mean, look, that's another studio where it's like, oh, RGG goes, logo comes on the screen. I'm buying it. That's it.
New Witcher.
Witcher
That's-
4.
I mean, it's
that
cool.
didn't
We knew it
do
was in
anything
the
for me,
development, but
but
turns
I'm
out
buying it.
that they confirmed that Geralt's still in the game, but it was also confirmed to be pre-rendered, so that's not like in-game, in-engine or anything. It's like pre-rendered.
I think
so-
it'll be close.
Is anybody worried about the game not looking good? I mean,
No,
Project
but-
3,
Yeah,
Project Red.
Again,
yeah.
I wonder
Super
how
Project
far
Red.
off that game is.
How'd you feel about
2028.
Virtua Fighter?
Yes,
game,
sir.
which is great 4 years
So
ago.
this
Virtua
is-
Fighter is also made by
Virtua
RGG.
Fighter.
This is that game we're
Yeah,
just
it
talking
is.
about.
It is.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh.
These dudes are busy, man. They are always.
Let
But when
him
it's
get
raining and he's
in.
fighting, that shit's like, I was like, damn, this looks like, I hate to use the term next gen. Like, this looks like a next gen game.
This is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It very much is still rocking like it feels very Yakuza like.
It's like Sifu too, where it's like, looks like there's probably a little
That's what I thought it was
more
originally.
moveset.
Oh, the rain. Oh my god.
No, I'm telling you, dude.
Show
when it
out.
comes, if you
Show
see,
out.
you see the moves in like Lost
Yeah.
Oh.
Lost Judgment.
Ooh, let's get
Bro.
it.
Who's the
All right.
publisher of this?
Sega.
Oh my
This
god.
is a Sega?
Bloody.
It has
Yeah.
to be. They own RGG.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do. It's
So it
hard.
very well could be a Yakuza game, but
It
So
looks
why
nice.
can't we
I
get?
think it is. I think
I'm
it
a
is.
little
I think
upset. Why
We're not
can't we
Chinese
get?
developers.
Why can't we get Shenmue on this level? You know what I'm saying?
You might.
If y'all
because they
can
wanted
have
Shenmue to
fucking-
die.
if
They did
Y'all
it
can get
gracefully.
Dino Crisis. I should really get Shenmue back.
gracefully.
If y'all can pine for Dino Crisis, I think pining for Shenmue is fair.
Nah, fuck that, man.
Watch it be
Shenmue,
another
the last
Yakuza.
one came out not that long ago, so
Yeah, I think there's a very good chance that actually that it might be in a lot like a Dragon game. if there's a very good chance. Just
honestly,
because they already have.
Shenmue should have ended up like the
Yeah,
Like a Dragon games. It should have ended up there.
That right there
That's what
should have
it-
been like what Shenmue was kind of going
Mhm.
for back then. I will say, like you said, for The Witcher 4, I can't wait to see like the action. Remember the first time they showed The Witcher 3 like in game? Like, oh my god, that game's gorgeous. Like, I'm really looking forward to.
Unfortunately, I don't remember that actually. For
What?
some reason, I don't remember.
They've
that.
switched to
Yeah,
Unreal
yeah,
Engine
yeah.
though, so hopefully they'll have less glitches and stuff.
2015, what you was 10 back then? Well, how old are you?
Remember the trees
Damn.
blowing in the wind and stuff,
Damn.
and it was like, damn, that looks cool. The clock
I
just
remember,
said in his recent video, it was a 10 out of 10 storytelling and a 7 out of 10 gameplay. That's what he
That's true, Lenny. That's true. But if you know the story behind Shenmue 3, you understand a little bit better. They handicapped the hell out of that game. It wasn't the fault of the producers.
Yeah, the Elden Ring thing's kind of weird. Like it's a standalone game, but it's like it's
It's
just
essentially it's like another. It's like a.
is it like a
Elden
Monster
Ring-
Hunter? Is it like a 4-player like go through?
It's apparently kind of like I think it's apparently like a roguelike, sort of mixed with battle royale elements.
And it's got like characters vaulting over stuff like ninja, like that's from software other than Sekiro, which still doesn't do quite like that. And I was like, I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but
Did you see the thing that's like coming
I kept
in?
thinking it was more DLC. That's what I kept thinking
Yeah.
it was for a minute.
It's kind of like a battle royale esque.
oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was a battle royale. It looked
Yeah.
like some like the shrinking like force field thing, which
Yeah.
that's why I thought it was just DLC.
That's why I from what I heard, it's kind of like a roguelike sort of
They're really
idea
milking
with
this Elden Ring
focus on
IP
multiplayer.
now.
Hey man, it's so well, and
Yeah, you gotta
DLC I
do
think
what
it's
you
so
gotta do.
well.
It's definitely
Yeah.
not an area in the game. I know that right. I noticed that right away.
What?
Well,
this?
yeah, they said it's a new game.
Yeah,
Is it not? I thought that was from I
No,
thought
it's-
it looked like
It's
It
like
reminded
it's
me of
obviously
Caleb.
using the same. You know, they're using the same
it reminded me of
assets.
Kaled. That's what it reminded me of.
I think it's technically reused areas, but
There's
I don't
that
know.
dragon castle that you go to in Kaled, but it's more torn down. So I thought maybe it was like a back in time kind of thing.
If you hear Jeff Keighley, actually was about a cry.
He sounded like.
Yeah, that one kind of threw me off.
Yeah, it is like a battle royale right there. That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is gonna be weird.
Kind of like a weird battle royale esque.
Battle Royale.
I can't
from
say I'm
Bandai
super.
Namco?
Can't say I'm like super excited if that's.
Isn't Sony still trying to buy?
Oh yeah, it's going through, man.
They
What
in talks.
Is it?
Which
It's
company?
totally- bro,
The
they're-
one.
No,
they're in-
don't do that, Robert. Don't do that.
I heard
Why
they were
would
in
it have-
talks. I didn't hear it was going through.
Well, Sony themselves actually said, yeah, we're thinking about doing it. Which
What,
if that
buying
case, they're
Bandai
doing it.
Namco?
No,
But again-
some software's
That's
company.
still not going through.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're just gonna buy From Software.
Well, the
from-
people that own
No,
From
yeah, that doesn't
Software.
mean it's going
Buying
through.
the
No,
parent
but-
company.
No, but like, yeah, I think this is very, very.
You gotta remember,
very high.
Bandai just handles publishing, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Bandai.
I wonder
yeah,
if they
Bandai
own
probably-
the Elden Ring
Bandai
IP or
probably
not.
owns Elden Ring. Yeah, they probably.
I got into
See,
a
this looks
two
like unique right there.
argument with somebody on YouTube telling me that Bandai Namco is a toy company. So I don't know.
Who the fuck said that? Oh, wait a minute. You know what we didn't bring up? What about that Pac-Man?
I didn't
game.
see that. I saw in Clockit's video.
That
It was
Pac-Man
such a-
reskin. That reskin.
It's such a weird take, though. It's not.
It's not. You don't even control Pac-Man.
It's
Yeah.
not a Pac-Man game.
They
It's-
just
It's
put
not
him in there
Pac-Man,
for-
but that was like that's the only way I can describe it.
They
I'll be
reskinned
real.
a
but
different game. It's a reskin of a different game.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
What do you
it's
mean?
Pac-
Like, oh, there's like another
There's
pre-existing
another.
game?
Yeah, there's like a little ball character or whatever, and they just said, "Oh, let's make that Pac-Man."
No. To be fair though, they do have it where you actually like could go like on walls and stuff as Pac-Man, and like as in like a
No,
maze.
you play as Pac-Man, but what I'm saying is it's a
No,
reskin of
no,
another
no.
game.
A little bit. that's my.
It's
thing.
it's
What
exact
game? I don't know. What game y'all talking about? What game is this?
It was
Shadow
like
Labyrinth.
early on. It's one of the
Shadow
first.
Labyrinth.
It's like a Metroid.
It's like
Yeah,
saying
Shadow Labyrinth. There we go. Shadow Labyrinth.
it's like saying Doki Doki Panic is not a different game. It's the same game as Super Mario. Yeah, it's a reskin. It's the same game.
Wait, no, but it's not a same game as something else.
What are we talking about?
Maybe you're not talking.
Shadow Labyrinth, do you
There's a
think it's an
brand new
actual
game that's a
game?
Metroid-like style game where Pac-Man's your little
You have video?
companion. Yeah. What's it
Oh,
called?
maybe we're talking about something different then.
Yeah, because I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm getting confused now.
There was a game that threw a Pac-Man character in, they threw Pac-Man as the main character, but it's a reskin of a different game.
No. This is a literally a new.
Pac-Man
Take on-
official. It's on the Pac-Man official website or YouTube.
Which is
Bandai
weird
Namco
because-
Publishing.
Pac-Man's a companion.
Here
we
it's a
go.
Pac-Man game.
You're not gonna
Most
believe
building.
this when you see it.
Yeah, I thought you knew about this. You didn't see this?
Oh, it's not
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I
It
don't
basically looks like Metroid Morph or Samus's Morph Ball, but he just follows him. Like,
This looks dumb.
Yeah, he follows him though.
why is Pac-Man even there?
You can.
There is some Pac-Man stuff.
See, you get a little.
It's like Mario plus Rabbids. It sounds ridiculous, but I mean the game looks solid. I don't know why Pac-Man's in it, but
This is like a
I think is it another?
I would say
For
more
branding
like
purposes.
like
This
the,
game had nothing to do with Pac-Man. And they said, "Oh, but we throw Pac-Man in here." This game had.
They
yeah,
needed some identity.
Yeah,
Would you say
I
this
don't-
is kind of like a card game?
Shadow Lab.
Shadow
coming for
Labyrinth,
Nintendo
yeah.
Switch. Not. Oh, we didn't talk about the freaking accessories for Switch 2. Like
Oh
these
my god,
companies.
how did we not talk about that?
Do we
Oh,
have
Talking about the
man.
G brand
What is
stuff.
there to say about that?
Oh man.
They
It
literally
literally
leaked-
looks
Man.
pretty.
The
similar.
accessory
It looks-
companies are pre-ordering products for the Switch 2 already, like legit pre-ordering.
The only thing I noticed is that the dock looks smaller on.
So you
a
still
couple
think
of
it's
the
coming
images
out
I
next
saw.
fall or next?
Now I
holiday?
don't.
Ah,
But
I think it's coming out in
it's
April.
it's strange. It's just a strange situation. Like pre-order this grip for the Switch 2, like confirmed. Like it's not even a typo. Like that's what it is.
And they showed and
They showed a
You think it's
3D
coming out
model.
sooner then?
they had to
They
get
showed a
permission for
model.
that.
So when do you think it's coming out now?
Fuck, I don't know now.
Fuck out of my. Fuck out of here, man. I don't know.
We can't change it down. We wrote it down. It's
I said
ink.
November.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull up the images.
Yeah.
real
So
quick.
you stuck.
I'll be
stuck in
wrong,
November.
but
Yeah, you could.
I-
You still might have it. You never know.
it's
You
just a
might not
strange
want it anymore.
situation. Like they had two different companies had two different 3D renders that they didn't look alike. So it's like that's weird too. But
Was
they're
that? No, I thought they looked pretty similar.
the one has like the controllers are like raised up and then the screens like in.
Where is
Yeah.
it? Hold
That was on
Yeah,
the,
it looked like it dipped in.
Yeah, and then the other was just looked like the one
Oh.
everyone else is showing with the two buttons, the C button
Where the
underneath.
hell is-
I think
Oh,
they're
here
trying
we
to
go.
cover. I just think they're trying to cover their asses. Get in trouble.
I'm like, what is that about?
Yeah, but
why
Debra,
would
the
it dip in
CEO
like that?
The CEO himself comes out and says, "No, this is legitimately." for
These are the dimensions, by the way.
No, he didn't say these are the dimensions. He said that is the Switch 2 in.
They
our,
also
in
gave the
our-
dimensions the
No, they gave the dimensions.
Oh, okay.
of the
But he
system.
also did say he literally said that this is the Switch 2 in our case. When I'm like, what? What the
Yeah,
fuck? Is...
I
There you
knew
go.
that and believe that. Why didn't you believe what I said about the dimensions, Mom?
Well,
See,
I thought you meant. I thought you were talking.
I
about
don't
what was talking
understand
about.
what's the case and where's the actual switch here. I don't see the actual
The
switch.
case.
No. This is. I mean, obviously, this.
Oh,
is
it's
like
a
mock-up.
clear. It's a clear thing that goes over.
It's a clear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it
clear
covers-
Okay.
things that go over it.
yeah, it's a
But
case.
like this is what
So
they're
pause.
assuming
Can we
the-
see? Is there? Does it even have like the two? But you probably can't pause it.
I
Yeah.
can
It
see
does
the
not let me
kickstand.
pause
I
it.
saw a kickstand back there.
Does it
Yeah,
have the
there's a
two?
kickstand.
It doesn't have the two buttons on both controllers, so theirs is different.
That could
But
be just.
No,
that
it-
does look. That looks
It
like a
does.
cool
It's
design. To
got
be
the-
honest, I like.
No, it does. It does have the two buttons. It's right there.
It is a dope.
Yeah,
It's
right in the
honestly a
back.
pretty cool case.
Yeah.
I wish that was the ergonomics of the Switch too. To be honest, like that's a way to
Be a real
save.
D-pad.
Instead of have all the grip on the back, you could spread it out on the front and the back.
That would make
actually,
the most sense.
That would actually be pretty cool.
The only thing I noticed, the
know
only thing I
how
was
to
confused
help
about on the
you.
top, you see a headphone jack, the game cart.
How is it still up? I
But
just don't.
there's
even get it.
USB-C ports on top
This
and
is the
bottom.
website. This is their website.
If you put,
Yeah, how does that
if you
even
put
like-
What?
Oh, I see what you mean. Like, how is Nintendo not taking it down yet?
Yeah, how is Nintendo not
I think
telling
because
you?
technically it's not
It's China. They
It's
can do
not
whatever they
official.
want.
it's not official.
it's not-
I
it's
wish
not
I
like-
had the picture.
Partner with Nintendo to do it.
There was a picture that fuck. There was a picture on the top where you could see on the top. You could see the
Probably get a copyright
Oh.
strike for this. Not a
They
strike,
don't have
but
it- they don't-
Nah.
you know they got me
No,
for the
no.
PlayStation
I've
30th
seen people show those in other
anniversary
videos.
reveal trailer. Like 2 months later, I got, even though I'm not monetizing the podcast anymore, it said copyright claim on your video for the PlayStation 30th anniversary 2-minute trailer. Like,
Well, it's not really a.
I'm like,
trailer,
are you
though.
kidding me? It was just announcing the 30th anniversary. What the hell could they be claiming? So
The one thing I didn't know is that they added a USB-C port on the top of the
Flame bots.
of the Switch.
Yeah, that's what they were saying before. That
right
was
click
the
and
on
press
top
show
so you
controls.
can
I can't. This
do
is
tabletop
Terrell's
mode.
screen.
Oh, let me see. Right
Right
click and
click.
press show controls. It doesn't really give me that. It just has.
Just fucking with you, maybe.
No, I mean that
You can
would
pause
work.
and you can pause it in that way. I don't know.
Right click and press
I'm
controls.
just-
Donnie's not always
control?
accurate information.
Dang it! No.
Do they mean like press controls, like literally press control on your keyboard?
I think he said
What?
right click.
Right click and press control.
Because all it gives me is save image, copy image, that stuff.
Yeah,
it doesn't
that's-
really give me. It doesn't really give me. Wait, what about block elements?
Gimme.
What is? No.
What is that?
No, that's not gonna work.
He's talking.
Let me see if I can go find. Let me see if I can go find.
Either way, it's just kind of.
So
and
strange.
they're not backing down. Like who's
I
gonna
think
pre-order
Google-
this before they even know what the Switch 2 like?
That might be a good reason to get it up. So you're like, hey, we're the first one.
Yeah.
Come get it. Yeah.
There hasn't been
And
a
we got-
game. I don't think there's been a
It's
game where
only-
anyone's announced it for like.
They have. Oh, was it?
No.
technically-
Oh, somebody
I don't
said
think it- I don't think
Nintendo
officially.
console or something like.
Yeah.
I don't think
it was-
anyone officially.
They didn't
just
say
said-
Switch too.
Was that, did they announce that game where you like it's like
What?
based on a book and you're running around with a dog and it
I
looks
knew it.
better than
Shut up.
Breath of the Wild?
Hey man,
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Story of
Like,
Dreams, some
we
shit. I
were,
don't
so,
know.
we were excited about that, and it never showed up.
I was not excited. No, none of us were excited.
I always think of the.
Oh,
You know
no.
who I think of when I hear that?
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
it looks
that looks
better
better
than
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of
Oh
the
my
Wild.
god, that looks. Get the hell out of here, dude. That looked like a Unreal Engine like fan made
game
demo
release.
thing.
I'm still waiting on that game, by the way.
Oh, wait. Okay, I think I found something a
Absolutely.
little bit better.
Somebody gonna
This is
put
gonna
that
be
on the
nice.
mod.
Strange
Chip.
that it just these companies just like piling in on these accessories that hey, this is it, this is how it looks, here's that.
I will say after that,
That was really nice.
I'm feeling January could be the reveal now.
I'm
You
still thinking
know
about
what,
January,
man?
man. I'm
You
still
know
thinking
what, nigga?
January.
This doesn't give me.
Hey,
This doesn't give
listen,
I'm not
we
changing
had a whole-
officially, but I'm just saying I feel like I'm gonna be wrong.
We had
gives
a
me a little
whole
better
conversation.
of the case mock-up, but it doesn't give me like.
You little
other
pair of
things.
reneging. Does that case have a stand on it?
Yeah,
That little blue thing is a kickstand, right?
yeah, a top stand and a bottom stand.
Yeah,
You, got,
I don't-
you need two legs.
I don't
You
think
need
I'd
two
want
legs.
my Switch encased front to back though. Like, where's the
Well, you can
airflow?
see the little hinges here, so I guess
You
this
turn
is
that
just.
bitch around in a bag. You
Then
want
you
that
just
bitch
take this
encased?
off. It looks like right here.
Seems like it'd get pretty warm in
Yeah,
there.
that's how you put the top on from the bottom.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of useless accessories that come out every year for consoles, and
Hey, well, Nintendo always gets the most of them. I'm gonna be real with you though.
well, yeah, because the Switch is like perfect for just garbage.
But that's the grip you were
accessories.
talking about, though, right? Just where it's like spread out.
No, I'm saying
Awesome.
front to back. See how the girth, if you will. It's not just you know how it's you see how it's lifted up in the front. It's lifted up off the screen in the front. So
Yeah.
it's just not all the whole grip's just not on the back side.
Yeah.
It's on the
Oh.
front.
Oh Jesus!
So you get a thicker grip without it just being all on the back.
That all of this, all of this doesn't sound good.
Hey, that's the best way to describe it.
Wait, can you play it in the case?
It looks weird though. Yeah,
It does look weird.
it's a case to play the system in. It's a
Hold on.
grip.
It is.
So they have
It's a grip to
bigger
play
one.
the system in. That's what I thought.
It looks like it, but I don't think you can.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think
How do you
you
move
can.
the sticks?
Why would they make a case with a
No, that's
kickstand if you
That's
can't?
just a cover. You pop that off. You either pop it off or you. Take
Oh,
it
that's
up.
for traveling. Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
this is more
Oh,
for
okay, gotcha,
traveling.
gotcha.
but
You have
the
a
the
little
system's
grip the
in
back.
the system's
It
in
grips in the
that
back.
thing.
The
Yeah,
back
no,
part,
yeah, the system.
I
is-
have something like that for my Steam Deck. The back part you can stay on, or you can you can.
But it still
you
looks like
use
the
that as the grip.
front side is
I was
lifted. Is
looking
like
at something else.
The front side is for protective shit only.
What's a little ASMR on the side, man? What's going on there?
What do you mean? You see, I'm looking at freaking PC
back
stuff.
side.
better
with
close the stream before you.
The thicker
I mean,
grip.
it wasn't anything
Oh,
crazy
exposed.
on here, but fine.
Exposed.
It
to
wasn't
the
anything
max.
crazy. I'm openly talking about listening to ASMR. I don't know why we had to.
I don't
like,
even know
all
what that
of a
is.
No,
sudden.
but
Don't worry
Listen,
about
it's
it.
like
You
it's
two-
really more like
You said what?
Robert.
like it.
Oh.
Oh,
You don't
I
hear
see
it?
what he's doing. No, I see what he's doing.
Oh, it's probably not.
He's so
taking in
fucking
the,
clever, is what he is.
Yeah, I didn't pick up on the mic.
So we had a
it's
whole
probably really
conversation.
low and, like tapping on the mic to get like that sound. to get
Yeah,
that pres-
yeah.
and then it would be like women moaning.
No, that's
Oh
not.
my
That's not all of it. That's
Oh my
literally not
gosh.
all of it.
That's super
That's gonna be
extreme.
on some bullshit, dog. That's
Super
not what it is.
extreme.
That's not completely what it is. You
Before I get to the
dickhead.
next part, take this into it.
That's crazy.
Is it something to do with anime or?
No,
Before I-
who did
No.
Oh my god!
Before I get to
It's
the
like-
next part, guys.
I hate
Before I get to the next part,
You know what makes
take the
me mad?
speaker and put it under your balls.
You know what's gonna make me mad, bro? You got fucking Robert over here. It's like the 12-year-old kid is like, it's a sex thing, and you got Grandpa Juice in the back like, what's that? Some video game?
No, I meant ASMR. Is it related to?
It just
anime.
pissed me
No,
off.
it's
The
not.
generational
Okay.
gap just fucked me up.
It's not. ASMR can be.
It's just
Is it an
relaxing.
acronym?
anything. Yeah,
It's
it
like
could be
white
anything.
noise.
Yeah.
It just so happens that people make YouTube videos whispering into a microphone.
Well, I saw some
and
girls
some of them are
in those.
attractive women.
Yeah.
Jesus
Mhm.
Christ.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then,
It's just a coincidence. They do that. It's a
Oh,
coincidence.
fuck you. Fuck you, T.
Listen, Juice, I had somebody on my podcast who you would know, but I'm not going to name drop, told me that it's absolutely 100% not happening in January, the announcement, because there is a game that drops in January.
Don't forget that
Isn't
game
it-
that drops in January, my man.
You talking about
But-
Pokemon?
No, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong, bro.
Yeah, that hasn't
But-
come out
but-
yet.
Oh,
right.
that's right.
But in defense, in the same defense,
It's a
he
remake.
said never. He said the rule is Nintendo never ever announces a system, something as big as a system, the same month as a video game.
You sure about
big
that?
name video coming. Yeah, I did the same thing. Are you sure?
Not before,
So-
but probably after it would.
So I mean,
Yeah.
my perfect example was Mario Color Splash and the Switch, both in the same month.
But they
were
waited
the
till
same.
after. My prediction the whole time was
after-
they're gonna wait to announce the NX until after Color Splash comes out, and I was. So that's what.
Here,
That,
And we all
Which is
know
fair, yeah.
that announcing the Switch hurt Color Splash's sales.
I hate this fucking monkey, yo.
it might have.
I hate him. I hate him. Take
when did
reading
it go
books and
on?
shit. I can't stand this man, bro.
January
Uh,
17th.
Don't sit over here with your fucking successful life. I hate you, bro.
Did I predict it was gonna come out like get revealed?
I still feel pretty
2030?
confident my
No, you don't.
my March of the reveal. After
Of the reveal.
Xenoblade
You think the
Chronicles X.
reveal is in March?
After X.
Yeah, man.
That's a lot. The reveal. I thought we were talking about the release.
So how did Sonic 3 reviews do? Or how's that doing?
It comes out Friday.
No reviews yet?
I
Oh,
don't
really?
think so.
I don't think there will be.
Embargo.
That movie has been in a
It's
weird.
probably
like-
embargo till the day of or day after.
Well, a lot of movie reviews don't come out till like the day before or a few days
That
max.
doesn't always mean anything.
No.
That's just
Yeah, I mean, usually they have a lot of times they have the premiere like on Wednesday, and then the reviews come out like.
Yeah,
on
because the movie
Thursday.
comes out on Friday, so which I need.
I
to
don't even think they did the movie premiere yet. So
No, they
can't-
haven't. I don't think they have.
Yeah, so
I
they
honestly
can't
think
even-
there's too much talking about movies before they come out, and it just muddies everybody's experience before they even watch the damn movie. Damn.
understandable.
Yeah, I get that.
I haven't.
I missed that. Yeah, it sucks going to a movie and it sucks. Well, I do still have fun at movies that suck, just making fun of them. But it's definitely.
Did somebody
taking
say
away something
movies?
with all this talking?
Oh
Oh,
no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Hey.
You know what? I finally watched
No.
Wolverine and Deadpool, and
Deadpool and Wolverine.
thank you. I wasn't really blown away by it. It was okay.
Well, I mean, you don't gotta be. Oh, okay.
And
That's kind of what I was fearing I was going to feel about it, but we'll see when I watch it.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, we'll talk about it then later. But I was like, I mean, it was good, but that's all. That's
Well, what is it?
That's
Is it,
all I
is
was-
it
Well,
good or
how
is it
was the
okay?
first
You
two
gotta-
in your opinion?
I love Deadpool and Wolverine.
the first one I liked a lot because it's the first of its kind, and I think I really enjoyed two. I would have to put it somewhere in the middle of both of those. No, I don't. I think I like it the least, actually, to be honest with you.
Because I think
Uh,
Deadpool 1's like top
I think-
5 comic
so
book
here's-
movies
here-
for me. Like,
If we're gonna
Yeah.
say that, Deadpool 3, I think Deadpool's characterization is better in 2.
Yeah,
The movie feels kind of bloated in certain points, but
Mhm.
it's partially for like fanfare.
yeah.
Like,
I think
this
that's
movie-
why.
This movie treads that dangerous line of like putting in stuff the fans want to see, but also like, damn, this wasn't really needed plot wise.
Mhm.
That's kind of how that's where it feels like for me.
As long as it
Yeah.
doesn't become
T, shut
No
up.
Way Home.
Spider-Man No Way Home. I knew you was good.
Hey, we got
Stop
Doc
looking
Ock
with
and
that
Green
face.
Goblin. We're not gonna do anything with them, but they're in
Stop
the
looking at
movie.
me. Don't give me that face.
It gets
No.
nowhere near No Way Home.
No,
No,
it
it
doesn't.
I think that's not even fair, but we're not
I
gonna
think
play
it's
it.
pretty fair.
It's
I don't think No Way Home is bloated, but that's a different opinion.
Oh.
It's just a dumb. To me, it was just the dumb premise of it. Really
I
killed me.
hate.
And then they wasted Goblin and Doc Ock, in my opinion.
My biggest problem was how stupid you had to make people be to get to the movie. You know what I mean? To get to the premise of the movie. Like, these people are way too smart to be doing these dumb things. That was my biggest
I
problem.
could have just called and like. I'm sorry. I know it's nitpicky, but I could have just called and they could have tried to get him reinstated or whatever. After all the shit went down, I could have just called. Yeah, I thought Peter Parker was smart.
I would be like Peter Parker
Right.
person, man. I wouldn't have known that.
I thought he
He's a
was super
genius.
intelligent. I
a
mean,
genius.
he's supposed to be. I didn't feel like he
this is
was.
what happens, bro.
I didn't feel like he was in any of the movies, honestly. Spider-Man 2, they put that a little bit more. in the
I
forefront.
think
But I would say,
I think Deadpool 3 feels more bloated than Spider-Man does. That's what
I don't understand that at all. I don't understand where you're coming from with that at all.
I can't talk about it until Juice watches it because I don't want
Even
to
the
spoil
fan
it.
service was part of the plot. It was a big, major part of the plot.
There's
So
part of it
I
would
can't.
just-
I can't.
There
I
was
can't agree
literally
with
there
that.
were characters. I would
Anyway.
argue both were in characters and important characters for both movies. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is.
I'm not
Well-
gonna get into it. I still think it's a good film. I just don't. I think
Plot-wise, I know obviously T will disagree, but I think plot-wise, No Way Home, the characters are more important. But
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
that's
but the
how
setup didn't make any goddamn sense. That's. I mean,
Instead of
I can't
finding-
get past that. I can't.
Listen. I can take that
past-
critique. I'm just saying. there are
I
certain
can't
things
get
that
past
I'm
the. I don't. It's not a MacGuffin, but the machine that can fix everybody's problems. I can't get over that.
Great.
Tony Stark left
Great.
this machine that can just read
No,
people's
no.
DNA
Can we not-
and know exactly what to do that they need to solve
Go
all their
watch.
problems in their life. And I'm like, get
Go
the fuck
watch.
out of here. It can make it too. It can't just diagnose it. It can make the
Please
thing.
go
they
watch
need.
Deadpool 3. I want to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
I'll watch it
Because
tomorrow.
I watched it with a friend, and I was just kind of like, yeah, it's good, but it.
Who is this
Uh,
friend?
I think the worst thing
I-
you can do
I
is
would
watch a
watch it
comedy
with-
with a friend, personally.
Is this friend a fan of comics and?
Oh,
I watched
she loved
it,
it. She watched it. She watched it multiple times when it came out in theaters.
Yeah.
I
I
always-
watched it with two other people.
So you
who
were the
haven't watched any
sourpuss.
of the shows.
In that situation, yeah, I was.
I always
was.
feel obligated to like try to laugh when I'm
Laugh?
watching a movie with somebody who's seen the movie already. Like it feels awkward.
So you succumb to peer pressure while
I just
watching
don't
a
watch movies. I would never watch
Is
a
that what you're
comedy.
telling me?
I'd never watch a comedy again
T,
with
shut up.
somebody else.
Hey, T's face be saying like 16,000 things. He'll just be just moving his teeth and shit. I hate it.
I hate that cover too.
What? Why?
It's just
I-
not pleasing.
I don't like it either.
Pleasing in what
What?
way?
It's
The
just not
Bayonetta?
visually pleasing. The color palette's not that
It
pleasing
look-
to
it
me.
look like a-
From a
like
distance, you can't
spider.
tell what the hell that is. Like I cannot
It looks
tell
like a
what that
spider,
is.
a scorpion.
You can't.
I can tell it's
Yeah,
Bayonetta 3, but you couldn't. If an average person
like-
was sitting where I'm sitting,
Oh, you mean because the text is
they
over
wouldn't
the
know
line?
what the hell that was on that red circle unless you
That's a
zoom
dumb
in.
one. The red moon.
If you zoom in, then you can kind of tell it's a person. But even then, it's still a weird pose. But
Well, I mean, Bayonetta's always in weird poses. We're not gonna sit here and.
I don't
No,
think
T,
Astrobots is the
T,
best.
put 'em
Pose.
down.
I don't
Hey,
think that's the best
Hey, T,
cover art either.
Hey yo.
See,
Hey,
it's
yo.
time. See, you know, it's time. Cut
No,
it
you
off.
missed it earlier. You missed it earlier. There was a moment you should have been on here because we were talking about shaving, and then all of a sudden I just reach over and pull over.
I didn't even think about it.
Why did you have a shaver?
You should have
and
did
the
it when
same
Clocked
one?
It was,
Do you
or
have
when
it?
Sandstorm was talking about the shaved head thing. You
Yeah,
should've
how
whipped
do you
it out.
shave? Man, show that.
Yeah,
show
I should-
her
I should
how
pull that
she
in.
shaves. It is
That's
the
funny.
worst
I
way
didn't
to
even think
shave.
about that, but that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
He just-
like
Thanks,
Out
Naughty
of
Dog.
nowhere.
That's not
Thanks,
how you
Naughty
go?
Dog.
he pulled that out
I
of
mean, the
nowhere.
blades are facing down. Like the
Yeah,
piece
she was
that
facing-
actually
yeah,
moved.
the blades were
She
facing
has it
down.
Oh,
facing
were they?
on her head? Like,
Yeah, it was going the wrong way.
yeah.
Those blades should be facing up. It's not where the direction she was going. That was fine.
Mm.
It's that the fact that the
God, I
blades
hate
were
freaking-
down. which is you can't shave that way.
You can't shave that way.
It doesn't work.
What are you shaving? Air? It's,
And then,
it's,
I mean,
without
it would,
the H.
it would literally cut you up, which is the reason why I think she got that big old
Yeah.
scar. in the
Robert,
back of her head.
what's that disc look like, Robert?
You could put a part in your head doing it
Just
that way,
white.
but that's about it.
Pretty
All
plain.
It's all white, man.
No, there's
I forgot to talk
He
about
is
something with
white,
Neil
baby.
with that Naughty Dog game. After Elden Ring came out, Neil Druckmann was like
Oh,
obsessed.
that's cool. That's cool.
He was obsessed with the idea of not handing.
Is that an
It comes with stuff.
instruction manual? Oh, okay. No.
No, but that's still nice.
That's something.
That's
That's good. That's like a little.
Oh, this
what?
game has love.
Well, no one ever doubted that, Robert.
I think you doubted Terrell. No.
No, man, bullshit.
He didn't even play Astro's Playroom yet, so
Man,
dude, it's a 2-hour game. You can get through it in
that's
one
cool.
you know, like
day.
I don't do other things in life, sir.
I think it's
The
like
fuck?
3 hours.
Well, then you would have a better opinion on if Astrobot should have won Game of the Year.
Man gifted you a PS5. You must play what he asked.
No,
I've been playing.
Right.
I've been playing Stellar Blade. Jesus Christ! I can't play a game he suggested.
Oh, you're like
and then play
a Retro
game he
Death?
bought for me.
are you
What?
the opposite of Retro Death? You can't dabble in another game while playing another game.
I'm
Or no,
playing
that-
like 3 games right now. You know,
That's like me.
right?
That's like me, to be fair.
I am more
Mario
like that.
Luigi.
Honestly, I'm that.
Mario, Luigi,
I
fucking
played, one at a
Son,
time.
fucking Stellar Blade. Give me a break.
Indiana Jones. Oh no, sorry.
No,
Actually,
I could in retrospect. You're right. I actually could because of Game Pass, but that's a whole other thing.
Bro,
Mhm.
for Indiana Jones fans, it's the opening of the game. You are literally playing Raiders of the Lost Ark. The opening of that blew my freaking mind. It was
10 out of
amazing.
10?
10 out of 10 for that
10 out
opening.
of 10. 10 out of
10 out of
What's
10.
the game? Oh, I know you just said it.
No, it's
Is it? Were you like
Played the
Yeah,
game.
actually
I don't
like
want to spoil things, but
controlling
it's-
a lot of it? Not just
yeah, you
like
control the entire thing.
that's cool.
You control, and they have
Oh, Indiana
Alfred
Jones has
Molina.
about an 86.
They pay Alfred Molina for this, or they did just have the rights to just use his likeness again. For the, I guess it's part of the deal when he signed up for Raiders of the Lost Ark all those 40 years ago. You could just keep using your face, bro. Sorry.
I don't see what the problem is, man.
Got it.
Perpetuity.
So you saw the Game Awards where he was in it and he was talking about how he told Troy Baker, he's like, you did a great job. If I would have
He
known,
also-
I would have.
He also like misread his lines and was like, "Well, look at the teleprompter." I'm like,
If I would have
no.
known, I would have done it.
Oh really?
So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
it was a joke. I doubt he would
It
have
was
done it.
I would say
He
the
still
show.
wouldn't have done it. He's just talking shit.
Yeah.
I still think
He's
the
never done
overall
any of
show
his
was a
games.
strong
None
7
of
out of
them.
10.
Yeah.
He's done none of his games, so he
Yeah.
don't care.
But if there was one game
Oh,
he
snap.
would have done, because they probably would have gave him money if they
Yeah.
gave him enough money, he definitely would have done. But I mean, I doubt.
I'm
it.
sure they wanted to keep the budget down. Pay him.
Yeah, I mean that
Troy
would,
Baker probably makes enough.
it
Yeah.
would be crazy expensive to do that.
I wonder how his NFT thing turned out. Troy Baker.
Here's the thing. The biggest thing is Harrison Ford's 82 years old. You don't want old Harrison Ford. You don't want
Yeah.
old Indiana Jones voice
You don't-
in the game.
just
You
like,
want a younger voice.
James Earl Jones, as he got older, his
Right.
Darth Vader didn't sound the same.
Right. And they didn't have to do that because they AI'd him for what was it?
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. It's like, why didn't you
Well,
do that before?
Not all that sounds perfect either, though. Like Luke, I didn't think sounded great in Mandalorian
It
season
sounds
3.
way better than 90-year-old Darth Vader sounds. That's for sure. Rest
I
in
mean,
peace to the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of voice acting, though, Bayonetta does a really good job. as
She
Bayonetta.
barely says
shit.
anything in that game, though. Like there's
What?
not that many lines for her. Yeah, she's got
She
different.
did a good job.
Like the
She says a lot.
She did a good
There's
job.
a lot.
I thought she said a lot.
There's a lot of cutscenes stuff that's constant, different Bayonettas, and there's a lot of I feel like cutscenes that with her in it.
yeah, I mean the other roles obviously helped the other versions of Bayonetta, but just as far as even when they're talking, it's still the dialogue's very. It's.
To be
it's not
honest
like-
with you, I'm not surprised at how many cutscenes have been there in the game. To be honest with you, but I thought it was a
I
decent
thought,
amount
I thought
Do
she
you
did a
like
good job.
playing as what's her face? It's a sword.
of Viola. Yeah.
Juice-
Really?
Juice's favorite
No,
character.
I cannot.
Dude,
I cannot block
love
with.
having, I love having Cheshire come out and you're fighting alongside.
That's
Cheshire.
cool,
God,
but I
That's
could
cool.
the dot or the block. Like I'm so used to
changes.
pressing.
It changes. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
still
I had to get it. Yeah,
like that. It was really
sure.
hard for me to get used to that by the end. And they've patched her since then. They've made her a little more easy. Not what do you want to call it? They buffed her.
Manageable.
They buffed her
They buffed her or
moves
nerfed
because she was
They
really
buffed her?
hard to play before. It was really the timing
Really?
was ridiculous on her.
Oh yeah,
her
yeah.
parry.
Yeah,
Well, the parry is still
stupid.
kind of
It was
tough, to be honest,
punishing.
for me. But
Like I could
I
barely
just
get
thought, I
through.
just thought I wasn't doing it right.
I could barely get through her sections. Definitely
Really?
wasn't getting no platinums.
no, well, yeah, I mean, look, I'm not the guy that's going
Because
to
you're too busy staring at her character design. And that's
I
why.
don't get a lot of
Yeah.
platinums, but I think there's a lot of funny moments with her, and
Yeah,
also,
there's-
I love the
There's a good
idea of
payoff
having
too.
Cheshire constantly out, and you're like fighting alongside this giant dude. I'm like, what? This is badass. She was.
But
I'll be
Bayonetta has
honest,
that
You wonder
too.
why that shit runs at 12 frames a second.
what? It's super smooth. What are you
It's-
talking about? It's super,
There's
Super smooth.
are we? I genuinely
there's
mean that.
sections
Like,
that where there's not even combat where it just runs at 40 for no reason because it's a memory bandwidth thing. Somebody proved it. The Modern Vintage
yeah, but
Gamer, I
even then,
believe.
I'm not gonna sit here like it's
No,
genuinely,
but
like,
I thought it for a Switch game. I was pretty. I was pretty happy
pretty
with the
good.
performance.
yeah.
It performs pretty good. It's just not. As
It's
good
platinum.
as-
They always got to push it. You know, they always give
Yeah.
you giant things
Which
on screen.
I'm all for it. Usually, like, Rare used to do that back in the day on this N64. I'm all for it. Push that biz to that biz.
I'd
almost
rather have
explode.
I'd rather have a locked frame rate personally, but
Turok. I love that game for the fact that it put Turok 2 specifically, where it really pushed the N64 to its knees and shit. Like, I like that. I like when you're being ambitious, and that's
right,
what you
right
know.
now,
we didn't talk
I'm, like,
about the
chapter.
next week.
Chapter
We'll
10
have
or
to
so.
talk about the possible future of Platinum Games with the announcement of Hideki Kamiya developing Okami with Capcom, and
Man,
They haven't-
I'm excited for that.
Platinum is done.
yeah, they've
it's gonna be a
struggled
name.
ever since that damn Square game. That I can't even think what it's called. That
Babylon.
Oh, is that where the struggle
Babylon.
started?
and then they built a new studio. Then they tried to crowdfund Wonderful 101 just so try to
What about their Xbox game with the dragons?
yeah. Well, but they were
I
they
think
they're
that
none
hurt
of their
them.
games have ever been huge sellers.
What wasn't this their last game? Or no, it was Babylon's Fall was the last game?
Either or, I mean, if Nintendo keeps paying, I don't know if they have, like I said, they built a new studio right around the time they were trying to get money for the Wonderful 101 ports from people.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I mean, that was the writing on the wall.
And then the
right
ports weren't even like that great, so it's-
there. And nobody bought them.
but they made a decent amount in the what is it? Not
Yeah,
crowd.
I'm seeing it was Bayonetta 3 and then it was Bayonetta Origins. That was what they released.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, remember that game, guys? Who bought
Another
it?
game that's I played the
Well,
demo and I'm like, there's no way I'm playing this whole game. There's no
I
way.
heard apparently it's really good, but also
I think
unfortunately
Ayers loves it in the chat.
yeah, I mean it's literally got like an 81. I mean like I know people really enjoy
It's
it.
not a bad game at all.
But the only thing is like it came
It
out
shouldn't have
such
been
a late time.
$60.
Probably not.
But I think that's a game that could have come out like this year, probably. Like early this year,
It's kind of
like
it came out in like January or something, right?
it says March, but like why would you launch?
Was it March?
Why would
I felt like
yeah?
it was January.
Why would you launch so close to Bayonetta 3? I don't know. That's weird. Like you're gonna like Bayonetta is not that big of a franchise where you could just launch a spin-off 6 months later. Like it doesn't make any sense. It's just weird. I don't know why they would do that. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea.
But anyway, we think we can get out of here. I was a couple other things we can talk about next week possibly. We'll see when the Switch 2 reveal is going to happen. I mean, Sandstorm, it was in October.
No, it wasn't.
So I remember you were
Hey,
taking your victory lap when September ended.
Yeah, no, way too early. Way too early. I hit the NOS button way like my man's in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, represent. See, yeah, represent.
Active gamer life, really. That's what that. I didn't notice that until you just pointed it out.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
get the
I look out
merch.
for my peoples. I look out for my peoples.
Hey, side note.
He doesn't exist though anymore. Like that.
Sure, it existed when I bought it. What do you
I know,
want me to say?
Side note. My
Unfortunately,
birthday
if
is
he ever
this
hears
week.
this,
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately, I wish he never deleted the videos, man. I really wish we could go back and watch those older videos, but it's an unfortunate thing.
What are you saying,
If
Sandstorm?
he ever hears this, if you still have it, please put them back up.
I said, side note, my birthday is this week. Actually,
Turn 40?
Hey.
no, not quite. My birthday is actually tomorrow.
Oh.
I'll be 37.
Oh, happy
Happy
birthday.
early birthday.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Hells yeah.
I didn't think you were. I didn't know you were that old. Not like you're old, but I thought you were lower 30s.
Hey, yeah, you old. I didn't know he's always the dirt, but I thought
He's still what? I'm
that's what happens
46
when you-
now. My birthday was
when
a
you
couple
keep-
weeks ago.
Working out.
almost 10 years older than you.
Yeah, I'm 9 years older than you. Crap. Well, enjoy your birthday. You getting any? Treating yourself to anything for your birthday, or
Honestly,
it's pretty close to Christmas.
Actually-
you probably don't have too many options.
yeah,
there.
I don't really get too much, but I did spoil myself. I bought one of those mannequins, that you spar practice with.
Okay, I thought it was going in a completely different direction.
You inflate it, you inflate
Mannequin.
it up.
That's a good '80s movie with
Man, God, that's
With,
so weird. I was just watching like a review.
Cottrell,
of that
or
movie.
what's her name? Cottrell, is it?
Hey, Control. You need to watch That Aged So Well. I think it's the name of the channel. Fantastic channel. Fantastic.
Andrew
movie
McCarthy,
reviews.
or
It's great.
that's a good
Yeah,
movie.
Andrew McCarthy.
I had a crush on her so bad.
The gay black guy trope from the 80s.
Mm.
He doesn't have a name. He's just a gay black guy.
Yeah.
That's his, woo,
Eddie
Little
Murphy
Richard
used to
stuff.
do a lot of that in his what do you call it, when he in his movies when he was ad libbing and
Oh, all
stuff.
comedians did that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It was funny. It was funny.
Damon Wayans. It's still funny.
It is. The two snaps, the
Yeah.
Wayne brothers from
Yeah.
Living Color.
Hated it.
It's funny because I
Yeah,
mean,
that was-
it's not like they're
that
not
was
pulling
cool.
from
No, it's
real
pulling
life.
they didn't not making that up. That's how people act.
Trust
Yeah.
me, I've seen it firsthand.
I grew up with people that were very similar.
The finger snap was a real thing. I mean, it's a
Oh,
real
yeah.
thing.
What is it? 3 snaps up in Z formation.
Chris Rock, or not
What
Chris.
was it? Men on Film. I don't know how he got that hat that just sit on his bald head, just without moving that tiny little hat. I guess they glued it down, but it was pretty funny.
Chris Rock had some pretty funny monologue for Saturday Night Live. 50 years. I used to watch that all the time. He's like, 50 years. I just want to congratulate you on 25 good years of Saturday Night Live. And I was like, yeah, it hasn't been good in probably 25 years, pretty much. I used to watch that shit all the time. But yeah, he had a pretty good monologue.
You should watch the movie based around the first Saturday Night Live, like them.
What's that
Oh,
called
yeah.
again?
Saturday Night. It's
Really? Okay,
It's
yeah.
really good. It's really good.
It looked good. I saw the previews for it.
Literally like the right before the build up of that last hour of what's the Saturday Night
They were
Live's gonna-
ready to cancel that bitch before it even
Yeah, literally on the
before it
first
even
second.
happened. So I
Yeah.
remember that.
It's,
Yeah.
it's really good.
I have no interest in that Bob just came out with what's his face from Dune. He's playing Bob Dylan. It's like
Yeah, Charlemagne.
I don't know. Maybe he's good in it. I saw trailers. I have no interest in seeing him play that.
Chalamet. Call him
Chalamet.
Charlemagne the God.
Was it
Who's be Charlemagne the God?
What?
I was like,
Yeah.
hold on, what movie is this actually?
No, T talking about a different melanin.
Right.
You know that movie? You know that movie with Timothy Charlemagne the
No,
God?
you talking about a different melanin, man. Chill out, bro.
Well,
All right, let's wrap this up.
Movie.
Thanks you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, we'll be on.
We'll be on before.
We're doing a Christmas Eve one.
Well, it's Christmas is
Monday.
what